even said so. He's like, whoa.
What the fuck?
Good thing that was
I
not caught on stream.
I
That was
definitely
excellent.
think I could have died and not known about that.
I'm
That
just
was-
saying.
I've already heard about
He
this.
is one of my
I'm sorry.
he is one of my godchildren, so I guess it's kind of important for me to
Listen,
know.
literally day one, born day one, and the doctor's like, whoa.
So how much percentage of the baby's weight was on his
Oh my
testicles?
goodness.
At least
think?
2%. At least 2%.
That's actually impressive as fuck. Holy Jesus Christ. Jesus. Well, at least you don't have to worry about him having less hair than you. Bigger balls usually means more
Okay. All right.
testosterone.
Are we live yet?
Yeah, we've been.
Yeah, we've been live.
Okay, sweet. Session 1, baby. Okay.
Who's
Ooh, I got a little butterflies going. Okay. Let's just go. Let's just go. I don't know what to say first. What do we do?
You're the DM.
Introduce
That's
yourself.
Yeah, is that your job to figure out, buddy?
What a bully. Okay. Welcome everyone. Session 1 of Ghosts of Saltmarsh. A campaign that I've been trying to run for many, many years. Let's just dive in to what's the setting is, where you're going to be going, what kind of tone we're looking at. So you are starting in the town of Saltmarsh, which is a relatively quiet, but also very busy, primarily fishing and import-export town that has recently been highly valued by the king. His name is King Scotty, and he is attempting to make a little bit of a shift of the local economy from being a primarily fishing town to being a more mining-centered town. He sent down a pack of dwarves that over the last year or so have been mining through the mountains, and it's torn a little bit of a rift in the local town folks. Some of the town folks support it, some of them do not. And so there has been a fracture in the politics. On one side, you have the traditionalists who push for the more traditional style of fishing in this fishing town, and they want the king to kind of stay out of things. And then there's also the loyalists who support the king, support the mining operation, and they want to see a quick expansion of the kingdom out into taking over other kingdoms, as they are currently attempting to do so far, far out into the outer reaches of the kingdom. But you are all tucked away nice and safely on the coast in Saltmarsh. As it currently stands, we find ourselves, hopefully this looks good for you guys, this is a new thing I'm attempting here. You find yourselves thoroughly spread throughout the city. You all have your own connections built in. Tell me if this looks terrible or decent.
Looks good, yeah.
Also, you all have your own lights attached to you, so if you can't find your character, it's the bigger, kind of more yellowed lights that you are... oh, what a beautiful thing.
Yeah, we got the Mexico filter.
What?
Mexico filter.
So you find yourself spread throughout the town of Saltmarsh right now. Each of you doing your own kind of things, and I will jump around the board and I will engage with each of you as we kind of step around here. It is currently nighttime. The town is starting to quiet down, and the last few ships are waiting to dock, unload, and reload their goods for the rest of the night before the docks are closed. If we scroll down to the more technically western side, if you look at the little compass in the bottom right, it's off center here. It's not north. It's going to be north south. It's east west.
I hate that.
I know, trust me. Everybody hates it. All the DMs talk about it. If we travel down, though, towards the lower end of the map, we will find Peaches in the mining operation headquarters, You find yourself standing at the kind of operating desk of the leader of the mining guild and council member, Manistrad Copperlocks. She is a fairly burly and boisterous dwarven woman who leads a pretty strict ship in terms of her operations. She plops down a satchel on the desk and looks up at you, Peaches, as your shift is starting to come to a close. And she says to you, well, this may be the last delivery for you for a while, eh?
Seems like it.
Well, don't rush. Take your time.
I'll try not to. I'm quite excited though. Oh no, it came out Australian. How did that?
Well, you're matching me.
I've
it
been
looks like.
practicing.
I have to ask, what's the plan after all this?
Well, I'd like to go to see all those. Oh my god, I can't. One sec.
This is the accent session. Everyone
Yeah,
gets,
we're all gonna stumble over our voices here.
I've been practicing like all day as well, and suddenly it's just gone.
Do you want me to not do an accent so you can?
No, no,
latch
no, no,
onto
no.
yours?
It's okay. It's okay. Just give me like 2 seconds.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll be trying out multiple accents today to try to find my voice. Don't worry.
Grix is gonna be all over the map.
Yep.
Okay. Honestly, I think what's next is travel to all the places that Dultrin told me about. You know, I'd like to see all those beautiful sights that he always talked about. Maybe make him feel a little bit closer to me.
Well, I trust that you will not get lost along the way, and hopefully you're going to find your way back here. And when you do, if you want to drop that mantle, we can take you right back to where you started.
You lot will always be my family. I'll always find my way back to you at some point.
All right, well, let's not get sappy.
Right, because I'm going to be the one to get sappy.
Look, I'm going to continue to run things the way we need to, and well, you're going to be a bit hard to replace, not because of the work that you do, but because of, well, the crew. They're not
You've
going
got
to
to
be too
keep
pleased.
that in mind now. I know I've been around for 3 years taking care of it, but someone else has got to step in.
Right. Well, I'm only going to give you one more job. Just take this and run it down to the dock, down to Gellin's dock.
Gellenstock. Got it. I'll send you a postcard from wherever I find myself.
All right. See, now I switched mine. Jesus. You got me going. Okay, so she kind of shuffles the satchel forward. It's a little bit heavier than what you're used to, but you're able to sling it over your shoulder, and you're sure that whatever's inside is some sort of clumps of ore of some kind, and she sees you to the door out of her office, and you see a small crew of the miners just milling about in the main entryway, and they all kind of give you like a somber nod and, you know, a couple of salutes. And then as you start walking, they kind of like give you a little soft clap as you walk your way out.
I'll see you around. Be good, y'all.
Kind of wave and nod, and you make your way out. And as you do, your path that you would be following, and you can use your WASD or your arrow keys to, you'd be walking down south and then up around, well, I guess west, and then up and around, across the bridge over to where we find, where we would find Grix and one of his co-workers, Greg, which is where we're going to be jumping off next.
Everyone's got such crazy names, and then it's just Greg.
So Grix, you are tending to the last remaining ships. There are smaller ships working their way in, and as you go through the kind of process of marking down the intake and output, the crew members, you're logging everything diligently as you typically would. Greg kind of walks up behind you, puts his hand on your shoulder, takes a look at your clipboard, and then he nods out to some of the ships that are waiting. He nods to the last one in line, and he points out and he says, just remember, you know the deal. Just don't worry about that one, okay?
Sorry, I started overthinking my accent like the second you put it on me, and I was like, I got stun locked. Fuck.
You don't have to do accents.
I know. I don't. I want to. That's the issue. But I was like, now that I have to actually perform it, it's like tough.
I was doing it on my whole car at home, and I don't know if I can do it.
Everyone's been practicing. Tanner's just gonna be like, "Hey guys."
7 voices.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know the deal about that ship there. You don't need to remind me. I've been working here for a few years, so you don't need to tell me. I got it fully under control, and I'll give him a little wink.
I did want to ask you, actually, now that we're out here. I know you were gone for a little bit there. You know, the docks, they talk. I've been overhearing a couple of things.
Yeah.
Is all that true? What?
Listen, yeah, I'm a goblin. They were goblins. We speak the same language. We come from the same sort of background, more or less. So I got it under control. They're no longer bothering them, and I've got them satiated at this point. They will not be harming any more people.
Damn. I didn't know you had that in you. You were just my clipboard guy.
To be honest, I didn't really think I had it in me either until I got there, and I was able to work things out, and it worked out surprisingly well.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm impressed, honestly. I've been watching you a long time, and I mean, no offense, I really thought, if anyone, you know.
Why? Because I'm a goblin?
No, you're just, I mean, you're a numbers guy, you know what I mean? You take the numbers.
Yeah, I do I like the numbers. I like, you know, they gotta be straight, or Galen, well, he's a tough boss, but you know, he treats me fair. I gotta do a fair job. And well, when it comes to goblins, no better person to deal with them than, well, another goblin.
Fair enough.
And not all issues have to be resorted with violence. Sometimes, just sometimes, you can talk the problems out, and sometimes you find the solution.
So, and again, you know, tell me if I'm prying too much here, but the other little rumor that was attached to that was that you might not be doing this forever. I mean, soon. Is that true?
Listen, there's a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of things that needs to be considered on my end. But at the end of the day, I have to do what's right for me and mine. And Galen knew that I wasn't going to be here forever. So we'll see how everything shakes out. But I'll make sure that there are some things in place if I do take a leave of absence.
Okay. Well, whatever you do, it's been a pleasure. This has been a good run for you. I don't think we've missed a single gram of what's come in and out of this dock.
Well, I make sure of it. I am small enough to get into those little compartments that they try to hide things in. I know these ships, and I take pride in my work. I don't like messing up. The first couple months I started here when Galen took me under, it was a bit rough, bit of a learning curve, but I've got it all figured out, and well, I'm just happy that where it's at, where we got it now. He's done right by me. It's only fair I do right by him.
Yeah, well, respect to you, And he kind of claps you on the back again. He says, look, last ship's coming in. Just, if you can handle it from here, I think I want to get back a little bit early, if that's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. I got it. It's under control. I'll reach out my hand to shake his hand to as a sign of have a good night type thing.
Okay.
I'll dab him up basically.
And he gives you a firm snaps on the way out, and and the last ship starts making its way in. And as it does, we transfer over to somebody who was on that ship, Wyatt, as you kind of stare off in contemplation, kind of looking out as the ship slowly moves its way in to dock. You get a firm smack on the back of the head, and the kind of captain of your little keelboat as it's moving in, Mr. Bodok, the orc, gives you a firm smack on the back of the head, looks out to the dock, says, "Hey, fuckstick, look alive."
Right.
And move quick.
I know.
When I get off this boat, I'm going in and I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh. No talk back today, huh?
We just finished this shipment and just call it a day.
That's fine. And he leans over the edge of the ship, reaches over the side, and you see him kind of pry on something, and then you see him pull up, and he takes a live crab that was crawling on the side of the ship and just bites a piece of it, and the remaining legs just kind of wriggle, and he hands out the rest of it, some of the crab meat just kind of dripping out of the center that he took a bite out of, and as he chews. Huh?
Had a big lunch. Big lunch. I'm good.
Suit yourself. And he walks into one of the cabins, and you see him start organizing some of the shipments, getting it ready to get off the boat. After that, a dwarven crewmate walks his way up to you. Says, "You all right?"
These don't get any easier.
No.
Especially what happened today. I think I'm near my wit's end.
Look, we'll just sleep it off. Okay, we'll do this quick.
I don't think it's that easy. I don't think it's that easy. And he like, Wyatt kind of starts like fidgeting. He's just anxious.
And your friend here, whose name is Dolder, puts his hand on your shoulder and kind of like clasps your shoulder and just, look, I don't know everything about what you got going on, but it's gonna be okay. I got a good feeling.
That makes one of us.
Also, you want me to kick his ass if he ever smacks you like that again?
Can you handle him, Dolder? I don't think so.
What do I got to lose? What's he gonna do? Throw me off the ship?
I'll catch you, buddy.
All right, let's get in, get it done. You got the gold for the guy.
Yeah, I'll take care of him.
All right. And the ship pulls in to port. And Wyatt, you see Grix standing at the podium at the end of the dock, kind of awaiting you to come in.
I put my like boot on like the kind of like a step up, like 1 foot on the dock and then 1 foot kind of like on the rim of the boat. I don't know, the border, the fence. That kind of like I don't know what to call it. And I'll just kind of like grab onto a rope. You know, Rex, good to see you, my friend.
Hold on. Work stuff. I'm sorry. There's work stuff going on. I have my work has. I can't connect to its servers right now. Hold on. I'm so sorry.
I got
I'm
work
so
too.
sorry.
I'm unloading it right now, brother.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry right now.
That's okay. I can jump up to the other guys for a second.
Yeah. If you just for like for a minute here, just yeah. Sorry.
Okay. We are going to head over to Feorn at this point. Feorn, you've spent the last hour or so checking out some of the more interesting coral pieces that have been rolling up on this eastern beach towards the top of the map here. And you've been just kind of looking them through over the last hour or so, just by yourself. And you, as you're kind of walking away holding these pieces, these like more interesting growths, you are met in the center of the road by another council person. One of the more steady hands when it comes to combat. He is the leader of the guard. Eleander Fireborn meets you in the middle of the path. And he doesn't say anything. He just, as you're kind of walking up to him, he just clears his throat.
Oh, Ellie, look what I found.
Okay,
See, Mom?
Frank,
I just had Frank said inflection. Okay.
yeah, it's good.
He's
Yeah, it looks great. Is there something like particular about all that?
I don't think so. I'm not sure yet.
Okay. You seemed impressed with it for a second there.
I mean, it's all cool. It's it's just interesting. It's new. Never seen it before.
Okay. Oh, all right. Look, I just wanted to. I know we haven't really spoken before. I kind of wanted to speak with you privately, and I thought this might be a good chance. I apologize if I'm catching you off guard here.
What? Yeah, guard. I get it.
Yeah.
You're a part of the guard. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
I got
That's
it.
a really good one. It landed.
It was good.
That was really good. Uh, I've been meaning to put together a bit of a squad. We've been seeing a few more than usual things coming out of that Dreadwood. And I just thought, given recent events, you might be interested in coming out on an excursion or two.
Oh, I would love to go into the forest. They told me I wasn't allowed to.
No, you're not in.
Oh.
More in line with, your, I guess, work or recent work. We'll stay outside, but we'll take care of business as needed, and if we're called to it and we see reason to head inside, would that be something you'd be interested in?
Of course. They won't let me in there right now. Like, Farron told me not to go in there, so...
Right. Well, okay. I'll put your name down. And, good job and all that with everything.
I'm here to help, and, everyone seems really nice, and they want to hear what I have to say.
I don't doubt that. You seem like a good, hearty, yeah, that's good. I bet you, you're probably right. They do. As you're standing there in the middle of the path, having this conversation, just down the road, heading in your direction, unbeknownst to you at this point, is our friend Milo. And he is walking alongside the head of the town council, Ida Owland, and they walk pretty slowly, keeping pace with Ida. And she just has been having a little bit of a conversation with you, talking about your future as you walk down this path towards that eastern beach. She slowly crawls alongside you. Milo, it's really been a pleasure looking after you. And I just want you to know that you have my blessing with whatever it is that you choose to do.
Ida, thank you. I have... The pleasure has been mine. And your blessing, it does mean the world. What... Are you sure you still don't need me around here?
Oh, I can make things happen. It's okay. If we find that there's a gap in whatever we need, I'll make sure that it gets filled. Though you were a real pleasure to have around.
Yeah, you made it easy. And like I said, I can't thank you enough. So yeah, and I'll always try and stay, a stone's throw away. If you do need anything, you and Salt Marsh, the people of this town have been more than I ever could have asked for.
Well, I'm still willing, while you figure this all out, to keep your lodging intact. We won't need it for a while, I'm sure.
Yeah, that means a lot. If for whatever reason if it is possible, if you need to pass that along, or somebody needs to maybe hold up there, I would hope that you have my blessing, obviously, to do the same for them as you've done for me.
Well, I'm sure you know I don't need it, but I appreciate it.
Yes, no, oh yeah, of course. I just don't want you to think that. You don't have to hold it. Is what I'm saying.
Always so concerned about other people more than yourself. You know, with what you're thinking here, you might want to get a little bit more selfish.
You know, I'll try that. I will work on it.
And she kind of just like runs her hair or her hand through her kind of silver hair and just kind of smiles, and you make your way further up the path where you come across Eleander standing kind of awkwardly looking at Feyorn, the local sort of alchemist. And Feyorn stands there holding maybe a pile of rocks. It's a little bit hard to discern from where you're standing. Feyorn, as he comes across you, if you would do me the honors of describing what your character looks like, and then Milo, we will do the same.
Okay.
Let me get my sheet. All right. Feyorn. He's a thick, dirty blonde. Or he has thick, dirty blonde, messy, long hair. Jesus, I wrote that horribly wrong.
He's a thick, dirty blonde.
How many
I wrote
C's?
that horribly wrong.
Boys.
He has twigs and leaves stuck in his beard and his hair. But seemingly, he seems very clean and well maintained. Besides all that, he has bluish white eyes, with a long, droopy-looking elf ears, and a pair of horns on his head, bone white with moss growing on them. He is wearing makeshift leather armor with leaves of all different sizes sewn into the leather armor, which seem to still be thriving and still be as healthy as they were when they were cut off the plant. He carries a staff made of oak that was passed down to him from his father. Nothing special. And on his waist he has small pouches that are overflowing with leaves and mushrooms and seeds or berries. Just really anything off the forest floor. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Very cool. Milo, what does Feyorn see when he looks at you?
Feyorn would see somebody who stands like 5'10", roughly. Just kind of tall, or well, I guess taller than me. tall for this party. And like athletic build. Has like dark brown like cargo pants with like just like a Henley-esque t-shirt, kind of dirty, scruffed up a little bit like around the wrists, maybe rolled up to his elbows, like a worker's belt. His pants are like cargo pants, like pockets kind of full of shit. Blonde hair, like relatively chiseled jaw, kind of like a star quarterback look, like you would imagine star quarterback look, but not star quarterback energy. Like is, very like he's not necessarily like standing like chest out, puffed up or anything like that. Just like modest, hair kind of like dirty, run back, like his hands just run through his hair.
Very cool. So as
he is wearing a leather jacket, though. He is wearing a. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
with his initials.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the two parties kind of come together, Feyorn, you kind of like glance over at them, which prompts Eleander to instinctively kind of like quickly turn and look. And as he does, he kind of just puts his hand on his chest and gives a bow. It says, "Oh, Miss Miss Oland. I was just chatting with Phaorn here. He seems to be keen to sign up for our patrols. She just says, oh. Well, don't pressure him now. Phaorn, were you pressured?
He didn't pressure me. No, I want to go near the forest. I like adventure.
Well, that's very good. Just make sure if you do feel pressured, you can come and speak to me. And we can talk about it. Also, lovely coral that you found there. It looks great.
Oh, thank you. I just found it out on the rocks there.
Well, if you find anything interesting about it, make sure to come and tell us that too.
Oh, I will.
Good. We were just going to the beach. You're welcome to join us if you'd like.
I mean, sure. I was just there. I'd be happy to.
Great. Milo, I hope you don't mind the company.
No, not at all. And I'll kind of like affirmation to Eleander, and then like a small like to Phaorn.
Okay. And I will say, I kind of forgot to describe him earlier, but Eleander is, I mean, you've seen him many times. He's a, middle-aged man, stands about 5'11", and even in the dead of night here, he still wears a light armor as he walks around town. So you three as a party kind of make your way up to the beach. And Eleander kind of just like stands in the middle of the road and just kind of watches you go down as you make your way down. Milo, if you would, can you please give me a perception check as
First roll, baby!
Yeah. Okay, let me see this.
Can I also interject and say, hearing someone say, I want to go near the forest, absolutely sounds like someone who should not be allowed to go near the forest.
Guys, I'll be honest, my perception.
Percepciones.
First roll is an 8.
An 8? Okay. As you kind of make your way down, you the kind of the sound of the waves coming up on the shore seems to just drown everything out. No pun intended. And you just kind of take in the serenity. This is a spot you've been to many times, and it just, as soon as you make your way down there, you're just kind of wrapped up in the serenity of the scene in front of you. Phaorn, I will also have you make a perception check.
Wisdom Druid, here we go. My perception, here we go.
Where the hell is...
+5.
We're learning, +5, yeah.
We're learning? I thought you were supposed to know your character in and out.
Oh, sorry. The D&D Beyond, it's the first time I've used it. There you go.
It's sick, isn't it?
It's best.
Okay. Phaorn, as you make your way back down to the beach, you were literally just there, maybe 3 minutes ago. You notice that up on the kind of left side, as the beach curls around towards those rocks, you notice that there's actually 2 maybe boulders that you distinctly don't remember being there just 4 or 5 minutes ago.
Okay. I'll just keep staring at it.
And Ida will come up beside you, and she'll pick a berry out of your beard, and she kind of like holds it up to you. Says, "Are these poisonous by chance?"
I'll just take it out of her hand and nibble on it. I don't think so. I don't know what this is, actually.
I think I'm going to keep an eye on you tomorrow, or I'll send somebody to check on you.
And I'm just gonna put the other half in a pouch on my waist.
And as you kind of like were staring off, she's, what? Sorry, is there something wrong?
Well, I was just here at the beach looking for coral, and I didn't notice those boulders over there.
She kind of like looks off in the distance. That is odd. Maybe we should take a little walk.
All right.
And so she kind of leads the two of you up to go and take a look. And as you make your way a little bit closer, she stops the two of you. She puts out her arms. Do not move. Feyorn, are you certain that that wasn't there?
Yeah. I was just here. I would have seen it.
Feyorn,
What?
are you telling me the truth?
Why would I lie?
Do me a favor. Could you please run up the path and grab Eleander and take him to the dock and tell him that you need to stay there? Could you do that for me?
That I need to stay there or he needs to stay there?
That you need to stay there. I just want you to be escorted. Is that okay?
I guess.
Thank you. Milo.
Yeah.
Come with me.
Very well.
And as you make your way closer, you get about 15 feet out, and you realize that these are not boulders. What is before you are two small bodies
Ooh.
that have clearly washed up on shore, as there are drag marks in the sand. And as you get closer, you can see that there is a young boy and a young girl that look like they're some sort of half-elf. They are clearly very dead and covered in all kinds of sea life that are eating away at the corpses. On the boy's forehead, there is this strange spiraled image that kind of comes out from a center point, and almost like a flower or like vines comes to these circled endings. And Ida just says to you as you look at these corpses, we need to go.
Is this something that you've experienced before?
No, Milo. Dead children washing up in salt marsh is not something that we have dealt with before. We need to go. Now.
You go, I'll be right behind you. And then I'm gonna like kneel down, and then kind of just hand to chest, and like close my eyes, and as I open them, cast Divine Sense to see if I can know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet, not behind total cover.
Celestial, fiend, or undead?
Or undead.
Okay.
Or objects that have been consecrated or desecrated.
Or
as with
desecrated.
Or desecrated.
Interesting. Okay. What I will say is when you open your eyes, you kind of get this slight sense of relief as you sense none of the kind of first category. There's no fiends, celestials, or undead anywhere
Okay.
near you. However, you do get a very strange, not so direct sense of some strange desecration, but not in the typical sense that you normally would, where you get like a certainty about kind of what kind of desecration has happened. It's this weird, like some sort of ritual happened, but you can't place what's going on. As you do that, Ida, as she's like walking away, she says, "To the docks, please."
And I'll just stand and follow.
Okay. So you all start making your way towards the docks. Now we're going to jump over, step back in time a little bit to Grix and Wyatt. So Wyatt, if you want to re-engage with Grix here.
Yeah, I'll just be
Perfect
kind
timing.
of like
Perfect timing.
kind of like Peter Pan-esque off the boat, hanging on a rope, one foot on the fence. Rex, my friend, good to see you once again.
Why? How you doing?
Great, now that I see your lovely face, why don't you come on over and help us out here?
Absolutely. Whatever gets the job done faster. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And I'll go near the dock and get ready with the for the lines to be thrown.
Okay. So you kind of help tie the boat down, and the orc kind of looks at you with like a little bit of a snarl on his face. And as he sees you kind of like happily working along, like working on this dock, he just spits on the dock. All right. Well, it looks like you two can figure this out yourselves. I'm gonna go home early. And he steps off, jumps onto the dock, and he like makes sure to like look down directly on top of your head, Grix, as he walks past you. And you hear him kind of snarl to you. Little fucking traitor.
Boy, you got a fucking problem?
And he like looks around, sees
We got a
Everybody-
fucking problem here?
nope. No.
Yeah, keep it moving. Keep it moving, buddy. Remember who runs these docks, okay? This guy.
Okay.
Just because I'm small in stature, don't mean shit. Remember your place.
Oh, I do. I do. Have a lovely night. And he walks off into the city. Dolder, carrying on, helping you guys out, works very quickly and diligently, unpacking everything. And he looks to you, Wyatt, and he says, "Hey, give him the... Did you pay him yet?"
I'll just put my hand on his shoulder, and in time, I'll start walking over, like kind of when the boat gets finished getting tied up to the dock. If it's just like in the sorting phase, I'll walk over to Grix with a little bag of gold. I'll kind of just like lean down a little bit for a hug with like the bag of gold in one hand, and just kind of like hug him like this with the gold, and just kind of lean into his ear and say, "A little extra for the unpleasantries of Mr. Bodock."
I'm gonna examine the pouch, just kind of like bounce it up and down in my hand, kind of like kind of feel the weight of it. Yeah, this will do just nicely. I appreciate it.
I'll give him a smile, like I'll kind of pull back, I'll give him a smile and a wink. Pleasure as always, Grix.
You know, I take care of you, you take care of me.
That's right.
It's a good little system we got going here, so I appreciate it. You have yourself good night, get some rest. I'm sure you've had a decent journey. I'll get everything scored away around here, and you don't worry about it.
So I love to
Uh,
hear.
So Wyatt, I will say you are actually waiting on a little delivery to put onto the boat, so you can't go quite yet.
If you don't mind, I'll just hang around for a little bit, just waiting on a little something.
Yeah, hey, no problem at all. As long as you don't get in my way, and things will be smooth sailing, as you sailors speak.
I'll kind of absolutely.
And I'll give him the salute with the finger twirl down.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna try to describe actions instead of just doing them. I think it's gonna be a little better.
Yeah, that's good. That's great.
I will. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna just say, Dolder is gonna approach you, Wyatt, and he's gonna say, "Hey, if the goblin's gonna take care of stuff, do you mind if I, just get an early shutdown?"
I'll kind of like scruff his hair and say, "Get on out of here, Dolder. Get."
You're a godsend. He heads up the dock as well. Sorry, go ahead. What you were gonna?
No, it included Dolder, but he's gone. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. You kicked him out. You kicked out Dolder.
So then I'll say at this point, Peaches, well, you know what? I'm gonna have Peaches describe as she walks up. After which point, you two can describe your characters as well. Kind of been slacking on letting you guys do that. So Peaches walks up to the dock. Peaches, not only describe your character, but tell me how they would see you walking up to the dock. What kind of walk are you doing?
Okay. So you see, strangest sight. A bird, a human-sized bird, is walking towards you. An Aarakocra with
We should be coming up. We're on
with
the side of that, right?
bright, kind of peach, pinkish colored feathers that kind of fade gently into white.
Anchor,
Um,
we're close.
She's wearing oh boy. Let me see. I can't remember what I designed her with. So she is wearing leather armor, just like a simple kind of vest, kind of wrapped in like scarves and like a little, flowy tabard kind of tunic thing. She does have a quarterstaff on her back, and as she approaches, you notice that she does kind of walk with the slightest hint of a limp. And as she gets a little closer, which some of you have already seen her before, so you already know this, you notice that she does have a mechanical leg from about the thigh down, or like kind of attached to like the thigh, and then from the knee down, it's basically like a steampunk whirring kind of, gears and cogs and kind of open concept of a mechanical leg that kind of matches the skeletal fixture of her other leg. Super bright, super cute, just absolutely adorable little thing.
We can probably leave it right outside.
And as she walks up, you can see that while there is a limp, there's just an absolute bounce in her step, and she's just kind of smiling and nodding at everybody and kind of giving little waves to everybody. And she'll stop and chat with someone for a little moment and then just continue walking.
Okay. Wyatt, go ahead and give me the description of your character, and then we'll do Grix right after.
Wyatt's wearing. Oh shit! That looks good. Damn, boy, son. Damn. Oh, I see the steam, bro. The steam's just coming off the top, baby. Okay. So Wyatt, he's got like a long coat, with these like twist buttons. Like there's like a little rope thing, and you pull, kind of like scoop the button inside. And he's wearing sorry.
Like a toggle?
Yeah, kind of like a toggle. And just kind of like some little bit baggier pants. Like the pants that he got just weren't his size, but he's just rocking it anyways, and some big old pyro boots. Kind of in this like blackish brownish outfit, and it's dirty. Like it's not clean, it's very rugged. As far as how Wyatt himself looks, he's about I forgot what size I put. I think it's like 5'11", 6, something like that. I put 5'10", there we go. There's a little bit on the smaller side.
Wow. Wow.
He's 5'10", and he's got like it's a little bit odd. Anyone who's spent time relatively close to him, so probably I'll say mainly, at least for the moment, Grix has spent a lot of like face-to-face time. If you've taken the time to like notice, his skin is ridiculously flawless. It doesn't make sense why his skin, like he's in this dirty ass outfit, but his skin is like untouched, and his hair, it's like it's a little bit, it's slicked back and it's long, so it kind of goes a little bit down past the neck a little bit, and it is in mint condition. It's like not a hair follicle out of place. It's eerily too perfect for somebody who works in like a very rough dock environment.
Sorry, what word did you use to describe your skin? You lost me on that one.
It's flawless. There's no blemishes,
I did
no
not
marks.
hear flawless.
Sorry.
I heard like something else, and I'm like, this man pulled out a fucking thesaurus. And
No.
used some
Flawless.
random
It's
word.
flawless.
I was gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's flawless. No blemishes, no nothing. Like it's
Okay,
literally
okay.
like one
You're pretty
solid
black.
color. Yeah,
Prince Charming.
yeah, that's why.
I can see that. I can see that.
Okay. Grix, give
Yeah,
me
you doing?
give me that description.
Yes, sir, baby. Yeah, Grix is a goblin. He's about 3 feet tall, so he's a little shorter than Wyatt is, I would say, just a little bit.
I mean, Wyatt's tiny at 5'10". They're like, Jesus Christ.
He's got shaved sides, with a faux hawk essentially right down the middle. It's slicked back. It's a little uneven because he does it himself. So it's a bit off-centered, but does the job. I'm just wearing a regular brownish tunic with the bandolier strung across my chest, as well as just regular cloth pants that a regular old dock worker would wear. He's got a few pieces of jewelry, mainly just ear piercings, but nothing flashy, nothing glamorous. And I got beady black eyes.
All right. Very good.
Do you have the stereotypical goblin teeth?
Guess you'll find out.
Okay.
In other words, I don't know.
Okay, so Peaches, you make your way up. You, at this point, seeing that Wyatt's there, the few interactions you've had with either him or that boat in particular, you know that this delivery is effectively going straight past Grix, either directly on the boat or directly to Wyatt.
Alrighty, well, who wants this one? I'm just gonna walk past Grix, I guess, and kind of ignore him. Just kind of like, not ignore. Sorry, not ignore him. I guess. Gonna say, "Oh, good evening to you," and just kind of continue walking past.
How you doing?
Oh, yeah, better than usual. Walking up, I'm gonna hand it to whoever's closest, I guess.
Well, I think for Wyatt's shipmates, he's the only one left.
Gotcha. I'm gonna walk up to Wyatt and just say, "Oh, I was told to deliver this one right to you, and where can I put it?"
In my hands, darling. Let's get this over with.
Alrighty.
Do I see this interaction, by the way?
Yep.
Oh.
Now that Peaches is kind of closer, you do notice that she is kind of ripped. Just a little bit. No, wait, no. Wait, is she? Yes, I believe she is. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta confirm that.
And this is normal behavior for this ship, correct? For me, this is something like ordinary.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things that you're supposed to just like keep your head down and like either be looking at your clipboard or just moving boxes when it happens.
Yep. Gotcha. Heard.
Alrighty, and I kind of toss it back over and hand it to him.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. And he'll just give you this
It has
this wide grin.
She returns the grin as much as she can with a beak.
Do I just head back onto the ship with this thing? Like, what do I do?
Yep, you would just put it somewhere on the in the cabin.
I'll go back into the ship.
Before he leaves, and you say, "Well, it was nice doing business with you. I hope we get to see each other again sometime, but it'll be a bit."
As he like starts to get back onto the ship, as he turns back, you'll notice that he has to like put the grin back on. Like it's just kind of like a quick, absolutely, and then he'll turn back and it's not like the grin was there. Like he had to like put it back on, and he'll turn back and keep walking up.
Oh, I
up
love
the
to
ship.
see that smile.
Okay. Just want to take a quick jump to Phaorn and Milo for a second here. So, Ida kind of leads the way, catches up with Eleander. Do you just follow them as they go to the docks?
Cool.
You're asking for the both of us?
The both of you, yeah.
Yes.
Phaorn,
Yep.
you just going with the flow? Okay.
Well, yeah, she told me to get the guy and go to the docks, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay. At a certain point, going down the path here, Ida breaks off and runs up the hill here. And she kind of like a little bit out of breath, just shouts out, "Straight to the docks. Eleander, I'm going to need you. Get them there and get to the chamber." And he kind of does like a running like nod down, and you guys kind of sprint your way through town as it's getting more and more quiet as the night goes on.
For clarity's sake, once I put it in the cabin, I'm just gonna stay there. I'm trying to,
Okay.
I'm gonna stay in the cabin.
For sure. And you make your way down to the docks, and Eleander turns to the both of you just before you get to the dock, and he says, "Do not say anything about what you saw. Stay here. Stay quiet. All right? I'll be back to get you in a minute." And he sprints off.
Did Ida feel like on the way down? Was Ida like feeding that information to Eleander, like what we saw?
You see, so she kind of led the run. You don't know necessarily that she did that, but you know that they were running side by side, and you saw she might have mentioned something.
Right. Okay. And
So-
where we're at the docks, are we by this ship that's like, are we by Peaches in them, or we're just kind of off to the?
Yeah, you're on the same dock as them. So he just kind of dropped you off on the dock. So for Peaches and for Grix and to a certain extent Wyatt, who's on the boat, you just kind of hear this like hustling and then like big clodding footsteps on the dock boards, and you just see Eleander Fireborn drop these people off in your lap and take off running.
I see Phaorn.
You see Phaorn and you see Milo.
Gotcha.
And I'm just gonna whisper to Milo, like, why aren't we allowed to talk about rocks?
Phaorn, I think they may have been special rocks. And they knew that if you saw these special rocks, you would probably, you would be inclined to maybe take them or move them. So I think they just need to inspect whatever the boulders that showed up out of nowhere were. You still have your the coral reef, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I put it in a pouch. I'll just take it out and hold it.
Oh yeah, great. Where did you find that again?
On that same beach.
Nice. Okay. And is I mean, does anything in particular stand out to you about the? And I'm just gonna keep talking to Feyorn about this coral reef to kind of get him going and off of the boulders.
Once I recognize that it's Feyorn, I am gonna walk over to him.
Everyone's connected to Feyorn. If you're not a part of this campaign.
He just flies into Feyorn's beard. Feyorn's beard.
There's a nest.
I keep forgetting that I can actually move my token. Oh, evening there, Feyorn.
Wait, what? Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said evening there, Feyorn.
Oh. It is a nice evening.
What's that you got there?
Oh, just some coral I found at the beach.
Oh, it's very pretty. What color is it?
Red.
Wouldn't it be white?
Not today.
It's red today.
It's yes and. It's very pretty. Love to see you make some sort of jewelry out of that or something.
Oh, I'm not that skilled. I just thought it looked nice. So I was just gonna hold on to it.
All you need is a little bit of rope.
Maybe. I'll hold on to it and think about it. What are you guys? What are you doing down here?
Well, I'm making my last delivery for a while.
Oh, well. I guess that's good.
Trying to find a way to head off and see some of those places that you've, find some of those plants you've talked to me about.
Oh yeah.
It's finally time for me to go on and make my own way.
Well, it's a big world. There's lots to do. I'm sure you won't be bored.
There is.
I can't wait.
So obviously, anyone who's out there, you'd hear this. Even Wyatt, you're not on a huge ship, so your cabin, you'd kind of hear this conversation going on, and you hear that Feyorn has, for some reason, joined the dock.
Yeah, I'll head out, and at the top of the plank, I'll just get a big stretch, let out a big and I'll look down and I'll see Feyorn and just this group of people. Wow, it's a real party out here, huh? And I'll start walking down the plank. And I'll walk over here. I'll kind of squeeze past the wings of Peaches. Like, come here, Feyorn. Good to see you, pal.
I'll reciprocate.
Man, you're smelling fresh as a pine tree.
I did give one a hug this morning, so
I can smell it. You sneaky old dog.
Did that root I give you help with your mother falling asleep?
Oh yeah, she's feeling great. She's getting a good night's rest now these days. All thanks to you.
Well,
That sounds good.
just remember, just don't take too much because it can be bad.
Oh,
So
that's good to know. Thank you, Feyorn. I appreciate that.
and Grix, I went to the library. I never found that one plant you were talking about. What was it? You said it was Oh yeah, ligma root.
Oh my god.
Ligma. No, can't say I ever heard of a ligma root, but it's definitely a haywood. You're looking for the haywood plant.
Oh, okay.
You ever heard of the haywood?
I don't think so.
Jesus.
By the
I'll-
way, I
I'll
never
look, though.
got
I'll-
to thank you though. I never got to thank you for the headache medicine. It brightened my day. It cleared it away right away. So I thank you.
Oh, you don't need to thank me. It's easy to find.
Maybe for you, but this is my home right here. I can find anything I want around here. Out there, well, that's a whole other story. That's why I come to you. You're my guy. And I'm gonna go back to my clipboard and finish counting everything and writing everything down.
Okay. As you're all kind of hanging out there, shooting the shit, doing your thing, I need everybody to drop me a quick perception.
Oh,
Oh, I can just roll it. I forgot I can roll it.
Oh.
oh,
Whoop.
oh, baby.
17.
Okay. Okay. So 10 and up, which is, I think there's 3 of you 10 and up, right? Fayorn,
And
sorry,
Tanner.
Fayorn, Wyatt, and Tanner. Okay. The 3 of you, 3 of you, as you're kind of just talking, just catches your ear that the constant like flowing in and out of the waves just like ceases. It just goes quiet. And
Wyatt?
Go Wyatt. You look in the water and Wyatt's everywhere. It
God,
goes
doesn't
quiet.
matter.
And you look out into the water and you notice that all those little, like when you look into the water as it's moving, all those little like wave caps, even the tiny ones, they kind of make that little white as they crest. That has stopped happening. You see them curl over, but the white caps of the waves do not exist. And the rolling of the water as it splashes against the boats and as it splashes against itself and the dock, it stops. And as you kind of take it in and like you look at it a little bit questioningly, trying to figure out what's going on, you notice that there is almost like a small streaking stream of water entering this dock area that is pitch black. And it stands out even in the night as it just soaks up all the light coming from the lanterns. And you notice that it starts creeping directly towards your dock.
Have I
It's-
noticed anything like this on my travels?
Sorry, Wyatt, you were over 10?
I was over 10, but have I noticed
Okay.
the water or the ink before?
So I actually didn't realize that you were one of the 3. You particularly know a little bit about what this is, or at least you think you do. You've heard rumors of something that is just called the Black Water. And it does exactly what it's doing now. Cancels out all the noise of the water and removes the white caps as the waves roll in.
And what have the rumors said about this? Like,
Just to stay the hell away from it. But you've also heard that it's only deep out in the kind of middle of the ocean. It shouldn't be here if this is what this is.
can I react to it?
Yeah. All of you can. Well, whoever sees it.
It's coming like south to north towards our dock.
Yes.
You mean west
Like
to
up-
east?
Whatever it is, yeah. However, it is.
Yeah, so it's creeping through the center of this kind of like little bored out like alcove of water that holds all the docks. It's
Mhm.
kind of crept its way through, and it's just avoiding all the ships and all the docks, and this like front almost like tentacle form is just wrapping its way around and creeping its way underneath your dock.
And would I know Wyatt to be kind of like like water dog, like making treks in and out on ship, like familiar with the ocean?
Yep.
To
To a certain extent.
So like I'll kind of look over the side of the dock by where I'm at, and then look up and call to Wyatt. Are you familiar with this?
I kind of just like have my arm around Faorn, and then just kind of like glance over and like jump and like let go of Faorn and say, "Oh well, yeah. You see, look at the time. It's time to just slink on by here. Sorry, excuse me, miss. And yeah, no, I don't know too much. I think it might be just a little bit of maybe a malfunction of the water. Who knows these days, right? Well, it's been a sweet deal.
Wait. Where are you headed? Where are you
Oh,
headed?
it's past my bedtime, past yours too. I suggest maybe you take to the streets and
Wait, don't
maybe
you sleep on the boat?
I'll find another place. I'm sure. I'm feeling a little seasick these days. You know me, always on the water.
Wait, whoa. You're feeling
Wait, I gotta back you up. But go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, Chris. I'm gonna back
why?
you up.
Since when do you feel seasick?
Oh, I've been coming down. So I'll have to see Faorn in the morning. I'll see you tomorrow, big man.
So Wyatt, as you're kind of like having these conversations and you're like, trying to step away from what's going on here, on the side of the dock, you just hear this like wet thud as a green webbed hand followed by this like kind of gross veiny purple and green arm just grabs the side of the dock and very quickly pulls itself up on one side of you. On the other side, you hear a slightly smaller like wet slap on the dock, and you look over and you see this huge, maybe 8-foot long snake pull itself up and kind of very almost like it's thrown out of the water, slap down on the dock. From behind you, Grix, down the end of the dock, you see a similar hand and arm pull itself up as these grotesque creatures make their way onto the dock everywhere.
Don't like that.
Actually, this guy is going to be here.
I'll call back to Wyatt. Wyatt, what's going on?
I'll just kind of look to my left and look to my right.
And almost like a murloc sound, the creature to the left of you just and it just has this ravenous look in its face, and it's just this fishy, like lips pulled back, revealing all these gnarled gums and pointed teeth, and wielding some sort of spear in this clawed hand, just starts making its way towards you. I'm gonna have you guys roll for initiative, if you may.
Murloc sound in my head.
Love that. Love my first initiative roll.
Hey, that's not bad.
Let's
Every
go,
ship needs an
baby.
anchor, baby. Every ship needs an anchor.
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh,
Stop!
So, just so you guys know, I'm
Oh
kind of
my God.
reverting back to something I used to do a little bit, where I'm going to roll groups of creatures the same initiative, okay? So, I know I used to roll individually, but we're not going to do that for a little bit. We're just going to roll them all together, which is, one way you can do it. Okay, so little fish creature gets up, starts running at Wyatt with a spear, and the one down the dock just indiscriminately is like running towards the group. Ravenous look and these like black beady eyes. But getting the kind of jump on everything, Milo, your senses kick in. You feel like you've been preparing for this for at least 2 days. So you are ready to go. You're first up.
Okay, so just quickly, as I kind of see the things like popping up, I'm gonna look back to the one behind me, see this one kind of creep up between this, the black snake, creep up between like me and Wyatt, and I'm just gonna run up to it and like hammer from the work belt, uppercut swing at it to try and knock it back into the water. And as I'm kind of like running back, like running up, and I'm like, Wyatt, what's going on, man? And I fucking swing at this thing.
Okay. Now this is, I should have mentioned, this is a slightly smaller snake, but still looks...
No, I'm swinging low to the ground to hit this
Sure.
snake.
Scoop it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a roll to hit.
Actually, you know what? Technically, this snake, because it's a snake, it's probably prone, Frank, so I should have advantage on this.
It is standing on all the legs it can stand on.
It is a dirty 20 to hit.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Hey, boy, let's go.
Fuck you, snake. Fuck you, snake. So I'm gonna slap this guy down for max damage for 12 bludgeoning damage.
Quit slapping your snake.
Woo!
Whoa.
Jesus.
Hey, yo.
Yo,
Everybody,
stop hammering the
test
snake.
these out, everybody. Test these out.
Okay, so you guys see like Wyatt or Milo, runs up, asking Wyatt what the fuck's going on. Wyatt takes his hammer out, goes to scoop the snake up with the end of the hammer, and just splatters this thing into a fucking mist. And the snake just is ripped to pieces with this one fucking shot, and it is totally dead. It has chummed the waters, if you will. Okay, anything else from you, Mr. Milo?
No, that's it. That's it. After dealing with that one, I'm good.
Okay. Next, Feorn.
Oh, these boulders are coming out of the water.
Oh my god!
Sound like Jimmy Stewart.
I'm going to pull up my quarterstaff and run up to this one here. Can I swing from here?
Yep.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna run to the other side and I'm gonna swing at him, but like trying to hit him back into the water, I guess.
For sure.
Oh. Sorry. I'm learning this frickin'. There we go.
You didn't roll to hit.
What was that? A roll to hit?
That was
That is
damage.
roll to hit. No, that's roll to hit.
That's
Oh.
roll to hit.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah.
Wish it was
That looked like damage, bro. I was like, you damaged. Oh no.
Okay, so you roll the swing and it just like slides off of his like oily back and just doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Water off the duck's back.
And I'm like, oh, whoops. And then, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Next up is our little snaky friend who is going to totally disregard that his partner in crime over there got misted. It is going to run up to Wyatt, which is the first creature he saw. And this snake is going to attempt to bite
Help!
Mr. Wyatt right on the knee. And this snake is going to try to hit for a whopping 8 as it dives at your ankles.
Not today.
Not today. Okay, that is all that it has in the tank. So it whiffs, bites it into the ground a little bit. Next up is Peaches, who I need to rename here.
Right.
Carry on.
No, that's the megalodon you rolled for.
Ah, right,
That's
right.
Megalodon.
Jumping out of the water.
What color? What color? I need to know.
Oh,
Sea
no.
thieves. Sea thieves. Need to know.
It's the purplish one.
Peaches is gonna
Zoom back on, we'll lower the front
immediately
seat.
take to the air.
Halfway.
Okay.
These
So I don't know how you want to.
I can do that for you. Don't worry.
Cool.
How high are you? Going?
You should teach it.
Probably about 10 feet.
Okay, so if you right-click your character, your token, the top left box, you can enter how high you go.
Yeah, me too. Wyatt's got a couple of wings and
Yeah.
he's going up.
Okay, and then
Chicken
she's gonna
wings.
fly a bit forward. Actually, she's going to go for the one behind her. So that guy.
Grix gets an opportunity
gonna-
attack if you want it, Grix.
Great.
Nope.
Excuse me.
Just kidding.
She's gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Sorry, I'm still trying to figure this out.
All good. For a 9 to hit, a 9 does not hit. So your Eldritch Blast also weirdly hits him in the shoulder and just slicks off of his back.
Peach is gonna take a second, just kind of like close her eyes, then look up and go, "All right, I get it," and then move another.
Yeah, things broke.
Let's see, probably. Would I? Yeah, she's gonna move here and stay 10 feet in the air.
Okay. Cool.
Wait.
Very good. Okay. Next up is going to be a big snake. This big snake is going to do a thing. So big snake takes big bite. He aims for the rib cage of our friend Wyatt. And because Wyatt's so short at a 5'10", it doesn't take much to get up that high. For a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hurts.
Okay, so you are going to take you're going to take 7
Oh my god.
piercing damage,
Oh,
and I need you
shit.
to make a Constitution
character.
saving throw.
Session 1, by the way.
Dirty 21.
Dirty 21. So as the snake bites you, you look down and you can even see through one of its fangs this like poison dripping into your skin, and you kind of like just shake it off really quick. You feel the poison kind of enter you, but you're able to shake off and you do not take any excess damage from that. Next is going to be Wyatt.
I'm gonna disengage,
Okay.
and just as I start kind of getting some distance, like I don't know, dude. Don't ask me. And just keep and just kind of
You're just running up the street?
yeah.
Okay. Next is going to be Grix.
Okay, I'm gonna use my Tides of Chaos to gain advantage on my next attack roll.
Okay.
And I'm going to be casting Firebolt
Firebolt. Very good. Okay, on who? What?
on the boy to my bottom.
Okay.
So to the east.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Or
Very
west.
good.
That's to the west. That would be to the west, technically, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's to
To the west. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'm gonna roll it with advantage. I don't know how to set it to advantage. Attack roll. Oh, I can select advantage. I don't know what it did, but I did it. Did that work correctly?
It did.
Oops.
Okay,
Does
so-
a 20 hit?
That hits.
Oh baby, let's go. DiMaggio.
Hi, nice. You got lemon, bro.
Nice.
You got Silas.
Yeah, that's the firebolt curse. Okay, you fire off the firebolt and it blasts this thing seemingly right in the chest, but right before it gets there, your control over the magic fades a little, and it just a little bit of a pop in the chest. Anything else?
Yeah, after seeing my firebolt just piffer out on when I hit him, I'm just gonna run up behind Milo.
Okay. Next up is our creatures here. We're going to start with the one up top. Theorn, you seem to be the closest target, and he is ravenous. All he cares about is going for the closest target. He is going to go a little bit ham. Despite having the spear in hand, he's kind of going to disregard it, and he's actually going to try to reach out, grab you, and bite you with these like 100 teeth that are in its mouth. So that's definitely going to hit. It's going to be a 19 to hit.
I think that hits.
You're going to take 5 piercing damage, my friend, and he's firing away again. He's going for a slashing attack with his nasty little claws. This one you might get away from. It is a 12 to hit.
That hits.
That hits. Meets it beats.
Here we go.
Good luck. 3 slashing damage on the claws.
Okay.
You still standing?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Next up is going to be Milo at the start of the round. And as the round starts, you down the street can hear shouting in your direction and loud footsteps. Milo.
Down the street from where Wyatt is, or left or right? Or...
Yeah, up east is where you hear it from.
Up east, okay. Okay, so now there are 2 creatures on top of one another. These green snake and the black snake are on top of one another?
Yes.
Okay,
They're kind of like coiling.
Okay. Well, fuck, we're level 1, so there's like not a lot of cool shit we can do.
Wait, you didn't do the turn of the other guy. I hate to be a snitch, but you didn't do the turn of the other creature of the deep.
Oh, sorry. You thank you, buddy.
Wow. Great, yeah, we all have
I
homework.
honestly
Yeah.
didn't even realize.
No.
So yeah, thank you. Good call.
Okay, so he's going to do the same routine with our friend up here. He's going to attempt to bite. He's going to try to hit for a 9 to hit on the bite for Grix.
Can I have a reaction to that?
If you have one.
Yeah, I'd like to cast the spell Shield on myself.
Okay. It doesn't.
Wait, a 9 hits you?
I didn't say that. I didn't say if it hit or not. But I can do a reaction to him attacking me, can I not?
Well, yeah, but shield, I'm pretty sure you cast after you find out the result of the thing.
When I'm hit by an attack or targeted by magic missile spell. So
Yeah,
I guess
so
I have
you-
to be hit by. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, you weren't hit. Okay, so claws. He is going to try to hit you for a 15.
That for sure hits.
Okay, so now you want to react with shield,
Now I would like to react with shield,
Okay,
and I will
and-
gain +5 to my AC.
which does that make it miss?
It makes it miss. That is correct.
Okay, very good. Okay, so you see this creature come up, run up for a bite, misses, then a slash, and almost gets it directly into Grix's face. But then you see him cast this shield on himself, and it bounces off this magical ethereal shield. Very cool. Milo, now you're up with Lemon on deck.
So as all that happens, I will hit the snake, kill it, do whatever, yada yada yada. 6 seconds later, and then I'm just gonna swing back at the large green snake, and this one coming top down with the hammer.
Okay.
For a 10 to hit.
You smash into the stone ground.
Frick.
Spark flies.
Okay, and then I will just I'm gonna step forward then and try and get in front of this one after swinging at it and getting its attention, and I will end that is where I end my turn.
Okay, Bayorn.
I'm gonna swing again.
Okay.
Oh, wait, pressed it? Oh, that might be the wrong.
What did I just
That look
witness?
No, that's good. It's
No.
a 20 to hit, and then if you're swinging it with 2 hands, it's 7 damage. If you're swinging it only with 1 hand, it's 4 damage.
There
Okay.
you go.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
it's first
assuming I have to assume you're swinging with 2 because you're not doing anything else.
I don't have anything else in my other hand, so
Sure. Okay.
Just a coral.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, one hand. Just kidding.
Wait, what? I have a what?
Coral, a red coral.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay. So you see Feorn wind up, smash this thing in the face, and it just kind of concaves the side of its face, which seems to really fuck it up. It gets a little bit dazed and tries to like find its footing, but it still stands. Anything else, Feorn?
That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Oh shit, my bad. Never mind. Okay, never mind. I'm just realizing something.
Next up is our little snake friend, who is going to take Milo's bait, and he's going to attempt to attack him. With a little bite, little ankle bite. This thing does not like to hit. For an 8 to hit.
That misses.
All right, he's biting concrete. Next is Peaches.
All right. So being 10 feet up in the air, Peaches is gonna aim down at the fish man in front of her and do another Eldritch Blast. Sorry.
Everybody's gonna sound like Wyatt by the end of this session.
I know it's so intoxicating. I don't know why.
That means they're doing a good job.
For a 60.
You are.
Okay, it will hit. Your Eldritch Blast will hit this thing. Ooh. Grix
Come
watches. You watch and you get a little bit. You feel a little bit better about yourself as the same pattern takes place and the magic fizzles out, and this fish creature just takes a little blast in the back from Peaches.
And then, question: who was the one who took damage from
Feorn.
one of these guys? Feorn. So
Wyatt. Oh, and
And
Wyatt.
Wyatt.
It was
Yeah.
Wyatt's the
9.
damage too.
who looks worse?
How do you guys look?
I'll let.
I look pretty bad. I'm barely standing.
Sorry, who's barely standing?
Bam.
Feorn.
I'm not used to the voices yet.
It's all good.
Okay, if Feorn looks like absolute crap, then Peaches is gonna look down and you'll see this like glowing kind of warm light emit from her hands, and she's gonna heal you with her healing light.
The hell is that?
It's a feature.
Oh.
It's a warlock feature. So I can roll. Let's see. It is up to 2d6. I'm gonna roll 1d6 just to give you a bit of health. And that is a 4, so you gain 4 health back.
Damn.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I think that's right. It's spending dice from a pool. Okay, so that's one of my dice down.
That's as a bonus action, that thing?
Yes,
That is fucking insane. Okay.
That's very
I like
cool.
but it doesn't recharge until you take a long rest.
that. Still, that's nuts. Okay, anything else? Any movement?
She's gonna fly over to yeah, sorry, I'm holding down my button and it's just measuring everything. So
You got to
There you go.
change at the top left. Yeah.
okay, she's just gonna kind of, I guess, perch on top of that roof if she can. How tall is that roof?
Yeah, well, that's about 15 feet up.
Okay, she'll fly up and then kind of perch on the corner of it, so that she's out of the range of the bad guys,
Okay.
and she can kind of see everybody.
Dude, you guys have a flying fucking healer range spellcaster? What the fuck? Okay, next, our big poisonous snake, also going to take the bait from Milo, running in
Good
front
luck,
of it.
motherfucker.
Well, I roll so many 3s, it is sick. That's a 9. That's a 9 to hit.
Does not.
All right, just dives over your shoulder and then retracts itself from coiling in. You know what though? It's gonna slither around. Oops, not that one. It's gonna slither around you over here. Next is gonna be Wyatt.
I'll just be kind of like. So obviously, I kind of like jog off, holding my rib cage after taking that big bite, just kind of mutter something to myself quietly and turn around and be like, "It'll pay for that." And I'll just cast Eldritch Blast onto the snake.
Big snake.
Big snake.
All right, let her rip. What do we got here? 16 to hit, 21 to hit. Jesus. Okay, yeah, that hits. 5.
Yes, sir.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, and you just see the Eldritch Blast, like it kind of leaves Wyatt's hands, and in like on its way there, it kind of materializes into this cold frost and just directly hits the snake with a little bit of ice.
Hey, that's fucking sick. Okay, so that thing, it just like the snake kind of like coils itself up, gives you a nice big target, smashes into the back of the snake, and you see it's kind of like it rips open a little bit, the snake like down its back, still hissing around, but it's bleeding out.
And I'll end my
Anything
turn.
else?
I'll end my turn.
Anything? Okay, end your turn. All right, Grix, you're up, buddy.
Yep.
You've
I'm
got
going
this
to.
creature in your face.
Yeah, I see that. I'm gonna try to cast Firebolt.
Okay.
Try being the keyword.
On who?
Wait, just so you know. Wait. I'm gonna disappoint you.
What happened?
You have disadvantage because it's in front of you.
Unless he picks
fine.
somebody else.
Oh.
Roll another natural.
No, I picked him. I have to play with how the board
Roll
lies.
20.
So
Just roll again. Just roll again.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh!
Hilarious.
I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to go home. Yep. And as a bonus action, I guess, I'm going to I'm going to disengage. I don't even know what to call.
Wait, as a what action?
As a bonus action, I'm gonna nimble escape and disengage.
Is that a goblin thing?
That is a goblin
Yes.
thing.
I fucking love learning all this shit. This is so cool. All right, that's so sick.
Yeah, I'm gonna nimble. I don't even know what to call. I guess I'll just run here.
Help!
And that is my turn.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, now our guys are going to go back into action here. So, little fish creature up top. He is not going to get advantage on this attack, but actually, sorry. You see his eyes light up in a frenzy, seeing the blood, despite being healed, dripping out of Feorn, and you see that he swings a little bit harder with his both of his attacks. So, first, to hit you, it's going to be a 21 to hit.
I'm gonna use a spell
Okay.
as a reaction.
Yes.
Wait, what does that even do? Why does it even roll like that? Anyways, it's absorb elements.
Okay. What does it do?
It pretty much just it gives me resistance to acid, cold, fire, lightning, or okay, well, never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
Good to
For
know.
some reason, I'm not going to use that spell.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
I didn't read
So
that spell.
let's roll some damage
if I'm
here.
being honest.
Roll a 1.
You
Roll
take
a 1, Frank.
You take a whopping 2 damage from his bite.
Thank you.
However,
thank you.
he's going to still keep coming at you, and he's going to swing for a 15 to hit.
Yes, that hits. Frank, we're level 1. Come on.
What do you want me to do?
You know
Uh,
it hits.
But you are getting pretty fucking lucky here. It's another 2. So 2 piercing, then 2 slashing.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, nice. You did the targeting.
And then our boy from the bottom, Grix, you ran just not that far.
Yep.
So he's going to run right up to you and give you a good swing.
Yep.
Are you injured at this point?
I am not injured at this point.
Okay, then he's just going to normal roll for a 7 to hit on the
That does
bite.
not hit.
Nice.
Dodging,
Yeah.
dodging, dodging. And then a 15 to hit for the claw.
I have a reaction actually.
Do you actually?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna cast shield again, but before I cast the shield, I'd like to refresh my Tides of Chaos, please.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your.
How do I just? Oh, I guess I already told him.
Just roll a d20. Just roll a d20.
How do I slash d roll d20?
Yep. Slash R. Okay. Okay. So you see this like weird. The shield kind of comes out, and then this weird like thing happens. This like extra energy seems to like pulse out of Grix, and then just like fades back into his hand. But the hit is blocked. He's defending himself. Next is gonna be Milo, friend. And at
Okay.
this, you hear. You can see now down the street, Eleander is running in your direction.
Great. We need help. Okay, so as the big snake slithers by and it like perches up next to Feyorn, I'm gonna step on its fucking like the end of its tail.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm gonna swing down at this little black snake in front of me.
Okay. Okay. Very cool.
So I'm just like, yeah. For a 19 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Coolio.
Yeah.
You're swinging at the small snake.
The small snake.
Okay. Very good.
Is that the one or is that? Nope. Okay. For 9 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. You've slaughtered this thing. He's
Okay.
just getting good at misting these snakes.
So like heel to the green snake, swing down on the black snake, and then I'm going to spin around and now set my eyes on this green snake, and then I'll finish my turn there.
Okay. Cool. Feyorn.
Okay. I'm gonna use a spell that actually works for this situation.
Mass cure wounds.
What?
I wish. I'm gonna cast the
This
spell.
motherfucker's popping a good berry.
Wait a second.
You're popping a good berry.
Wait, is only one? It says up to 10, so I guess it's a rolling thing. Okay.
So you produce
anyways.
the good berries.
Yes. So
You can just create them.
so in my beard, a berry will appear, and I'm gonna pluck it out and eat it.
Okay. That's gonna be a bonus action to eat that thing. It's like taking a potion.
Wait. You motherfucker.
You'd say like
the whole
huh?
But it appeared above his mouth.
you're gonna use that? Okay, I'm not gonna eat it then, Frank, because then I can't use a bonus action.
Okay.
You just
What
with
do
his
you want me
tongue.
to
With
do?
his
You want me
It's
tongue.
a bonus action.
I produce
berry.
them in my mouth.
Yeah, it's in my stomach already. Okay, I'm gonna produce the berry,
Yes.
and then I'm gonna use my bonus action, and I'm going to use hidden step.
Okay. What does that do?
Nice.
I turn invisible until
Wow.
my next turn.
Bitch. Okay.
Let me
My man's invisible.
cast it for you. Oh, I
Never
can't.
got to use that as
Oh, I
You
can.
can. You can.
There you go.
Philomena.
Did it work?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. That's sick. That's sick. So you see this creature like looking like super confused. What the fuck is going on here?
So I'm just
Um,
gonna pull out the berry, hold it, and then just turn invisible. And I'm gonna move.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move towards Wyatt up here.
Okay. Very good. Okay. At this, Peaches, you're going to be up next. I will tell you that the creature that was attacking Feyorn is kind of like looking around frantically at like where he went, and then the creature actually locks eyes with you and picks up its spear over its shoulder. But it is your turn.
Peaches is gonna catch that locking eyes, and she's going to cast a fuck it. We're going a guiding bolt.
Ooh.
Okay.
Come on, baby.
Come on!
So I held my breath. The first guiding bolt of the season never hits. It never fucking hits.
Great for a warlock. That's one of my 2 spell slots.
Oh.
Okay, so you fucking blast, and it sends this huge glowing bolt smashing into the water, and the water just absorbs all the light emanating from the spell instantly. Anything else?
She's gonna. Who was the other person that was hurt? It was Wyatt.
Yeah, Wyatt and Feorn, who are now standing together. Well, you don't know that
Okay.
Feorn's there, but yeah.
True. Feorn just disappeared, so Peaches is gonna bonus action throw a d6 of healing at Wyatt
Wyatt, right on.
for another 4.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. Sick. Are you moving?
Nope.
Okay. Milo, these snakes, they're really hoping to get a fucking piece of you. Okay.
Yeah, bring it on, motherfucker.
I swear to God, it's another 3. I swear to God. That is 3 snake 3s in a fucking row. So these things are just biting stone left and right. Their teeth are starting to lose their sharpness at this point. Wyatt, go ahead, buddy. With Rick's on deck.
All the blasts seemed to work before. I'll blast again.
Who are you blasting?
The snake.
Oh, the
God
snake.
damn.
10 to hit.
10 to hit. Let me take a look here. No. Snake's a little bit too small of a target. Your blast smashes into the stone.
Swing and a miss. And my turn.
Do you say that out loud?
Yep.
Wyatt sounds like he's having a good time. Rick, you're up next, buddy.
Yeah, I will cast Green Flame Blade, pulling out my dagger.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
There. That way everyone can see it. So I'm gonna roll the dagger on, and that's on the same one I've been trying to attack this entire time. You understand the spell? Do you, it's not gonna do what it needs to do because there's no creature within 5 feet of it. But might as well cast it. So, anyways, dagger time. Actually, and I'm gonna use my Tides of Chaos for advantage.
Okay, there you go. Let her rip.
There's no creature within 5 feet of it?
Yeah, there's 2 creatures within 5 feet of you.
There's 2.
No.
Is it me or is it? I thought it was a creature I hit.
Oh.
And the fire damage to the second creature.
Yeah, if you hit the one above you, the snake will take.
Oh,
it.
I can. Do I see it though? Because I mean, technically, I've been facing the one below me the entire time.
Dude, you're in a fight. You're not gonna not take
Okay,
it.
okay. I'm just okay. Anyways, advantage time. Oh, does that hit? Does a 20 hit?
You're hitting the one above you, right?
The one below me.
Below you. Okay.
One
fair
I've been
enough,
attacking this entire time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, that'll definitely hit.
Dopeskis. DiMaggio.
5 + 1. Okay.
And
Oh,
then I'm
sorry.
gonna. Oh, what's that?
No, go ahead.
Okay,
Go.
and then I will transfer the fire. Has either of these creatures been hit?
Both of them.
I will put it on the other Murloc.
Okay.
So
And-
I deal. What was it again? 5 feet of me. Oh, I lost audio. Hold on.
Takes damage equal to your spell casting modifier.
Okay, so that would be 2.
2. All right. Very
Yep.
good. All right. So it's dancing
And
flame.
I'm gonna use a bonus action as well.
Okay.
Nimble escape to disengage.
Wait, you get that every time?
Yeah, there's no cooldown on it. It's disengage or hide as a bonus action on each of your turns.
Jesus. Okay.
Damn.
Very good.
Well, I'm a
nice.
goblin.
Wait,
I'm a
did you-
fucking goblin. You have to
That's
understand.
sick.
I'm thinking about Fury of the Small.
That is just a ability that I can use.
Okay. So you're disengaging.
Yes, I'm gonna run below Peaches.
Okay. Right underneath the little window ledge there. Okay.
Yes.
Very cool. Next up is going to be our little creatures who they're going to have a bit of a field day, if you will.
They gonna try. They
Oh,
gonna
wow.
try.
And they're going to go. Actually, sorry, that's not true. The one is actually pointing a spear, and he's going to launch that spear at our friend in the sky.
Oh shit.
Let's take a look.
Well, friend on the roof.
This one might hit 14.
Oh, I believe so.
14 to the bird.
Yes.
The boy.
Bird. Peaches. you are going to take 6 piercing damage. This thing flies through one of your wings. The meaty part of the wing, not the feathery part.
Ugh.
Okay. That's all that one's going to do. Oh, actually, that's not true. It's going to run up a bit. Then this one here on the ground is going to unleash its assault on the yet untouched Milo. Natural 2, and then he's going to try to claw this time for a 23 to hit.
Oh, these claws are hitting, but their weapons aren't.
That hit.
Oh.
23 hits.
Okay, 23. And you are going to take 2 slashing damage.
We take those. We take those.
Okay, Milo, you're up, buddy.
Okay.
And at this, Eleander is now within 20 feet of Wyatt.
Great.
He's just up the street a little bit.
Great. Glad he's finally able to help us here. Okay, so as I'm like fucking in the mix of it all, this thing comes up, claws at me, and I will just turn to the bottom one here, and like left to right, sideways swing my hammer at his face.
All right. Rip it.
And this is my Witcher dice, so Geralt of Rivia is with me for this one to roll. A 6 to hit.
6?
Yeah, and you know what? Fuck The Witcher. That's why I stopped watching that shit ass show, dude.
So he, despite the frenzy, steps back, whiffs. Anything else from you?
No.
If Aorn's up with Peaches on deck.
I'm just gonna appear out of nowhere in front of Wyatt. And then
Hilarious.
as because I'm facing his direction, as I'm in front of him, I'm just gonna eat the berry.
Okay.
Gain 1 hit point.
Okay.
As a bonus action.
Uh-huh.
A whole bonus action.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm just going to put my hand on Wyatt's shoulder and be like, "You got this," and cast guidance and step to the side.
Cool. Okay.
Let me cast
The
guidance.
roles have been reversed.
Yep.
Peaches on the window ledge. What are you doing? Or on the roof?
Peaches on the window ledge.
Or I mean, on the roof.
I keep clicking the wrong thing. Okay, seeing that one coming towards her, she's going to go try for Sacred Flame.
Okay.
So he has to make a dexterity save, which he's probably going to make.
Dexterity saving throw.
First of the campaign.
10.
Oh my god, he fails!
Okay.
Pellegrino.
Incredible. So it's 1d8. I don't know how to roll it on this, so I'm just going to roll the actual dice. Oh my god. I rolled an 8.
Woo!
Nice.
So how much damage total?
8.
8. Okay. Peaches, be my guest. I'll let you describe how you do this.
Okay, getting a little annoyed that the first 2 either didn't hit or barely hit. She can go, you know, you gave me these powers. You might as well let me use them. And she's gonna, again, you're gonna see that warm light kind of spark in her hand, and then it's gonna kind of come down over top of the almost called it the fish man.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of engulf him, so that like all you see is like a silhouette of light, and then it's just like he's dead.
Okay.
It's kind of like burns him.
As he kind of plops to the ground after being overtaken, his kind of mouth just hangs open, and this just like black water just flows out of him. And you see, even in the corpse, the eyes go from this like kind of enraged, oiled black to almost like a weirdly like softer black color, almost like a gray. And it lies on the ground dead. Anything else from you, Peaches?
Yeah, she's gonna fly back down now that we have the upper hand, and she's gonna land in front of Wyatt and Feorn.
I'll let you move that. Next up is gonna be our snake, and I swear to God, he's so mad that he just keeps biting stones on the ground. He's gonna get advantage. No, I'm just joking. He's gonna try again. I shit you not. It is, I swear to God, another 3. It's another 3. I'm not even kidding.
That's snake eyes.
That is insane. Does not hit.
No.
It starts looking at the water like, maybe I'm not made for this. Wyatt.
Wyatt kind of obviously gets startled by Feorn appearing, and then gets guidance casted on him. He kind of just looks down to the dock and he's like, maybe I can do this. And he decides to run up towards the snake as he's running, 2 daggers unsheathed from his side, and he's just gonna go bang bang.
Okay.
So that's what, a D4 on top of the roll?
For guidance, you get it once.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna. Should I just roll both daggers now, or?
We'll roll the first one, just because you're going to do the guidance on top of it. Or I don't know when you really choose to do that, but okay. So yeah, that's definitely going to hit.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, I don't need the guidance, so.
Okay.
Guidance is technically concentration, so it could last up to a minute, so you don't technically have to use it on this roll.
All right,
Okay.
give him a little 7 damage total, and you could see like as the daggers come out, there's this like little frost that edges up until the point, and this like you hear these like really crisp sounds like ice from a
Hell
freezer.
yeah.
Oh. Really? Okay, I have a weird question for you though. The modifier on
I'm sorry.
the modifier on your damage, just for your normal dagger attack, is that just a 0?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, well then, let's see the damage. So total is 7 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, mister, go ahead and describe how you chop this thing up.
I'll just kind of
Sushi rolls.
Yeah. Just,
I was gonna say sushi rolls.
no, I'll just like stab one in and then flip the other one in the air, catch it back, and just jab it
Beautiful.
right into its body.
Very good. Okay.
And then just let her like ah!
Okay. All right. So that's everything out of you. I assume.
Yeah.
movement. Grix, the battlefield has shrunk significantly as you have made your way under here. There's only 1 target left.
I'm going to run up to it with my dagger, and I'm going to attempt to stab this thing.
You died,
I
actually.
still can't figure out what class you are.
The Murloc's dead.
Yeah. Can you kill
No,
the
you
snake?
died.
Can you kill the snake, by the way?
Oh yes.
Which one's dead then? What's
There's only one left.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, so I moved my
The
character
Murloc.
in there.
I know, and then your character died.
Look, his eyes are going through the skull. It's like a mask.
Yeah.
Ball.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to attack with my dagger.
Okay.
Does a 14 hit? No.
Yes. Yes, it
Nice.
does.
Ooh,
Nice.
yes, sir. DiMaggio. 3 DiMaggio. Hold on. A quick question before damage is dealt. What size is this creature?
Medium.
I would like to use Fury of the Small, dealing 1 extra damage to the creature.
What
Nice.
the fuck is
Goblin ability, brother.
Thing.
Dude, there's so many.
Well, we have the. I need something, or else I'm just a fucking goblin.
Dude, you're gonna set me up in the future. Right now, you're setting me up for like feats that you're just gonna make up. You're just gonna be like, yeah, I use fucking
Yeah.
green teeth. That does extra 2d6 when I blink.
Fine. You know what? Here, I can link it. I have.
I
things.
believe you. I believe
So
you.
you know how chihuahuas are like super small and they're super angry? It's
Yes.
basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you see Grix run up, stab this thing super deep, and it starts pouring out this like black liquid out of its, I'll say its stomach as it takes the stab there. And it looks pretty fucking beat up. Next up, we
I have
have...
a bonus action.
Okay, a bonus action out of Grix.
Yeah, nimble escape and disengaging.
Okay. Okay, he runs back under Peaches, kind of. Next up, Eleander actually is going to join up, though he doesn't get very far in. He gets to about there, and he kind of like just surveys the scene, and you see him, he looks around with like practiced eyes, like taking in everything, but he looks very calm as he enters this battlefield. Next is Milo.
The creature would attack, correct?
It looks like it wants to, yeah.
Well, I mean, like its turn passed, but because the other one died,
fuck me. It needs to attack. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I marked it dead. God,
Yeah.
that's twice now. You guys have reminded me. Yes. it will do that.
Inspiration, let's go.
I'm just enjoying watching us fuck it
What
up.
the fuck is wrong with you? I swear to God, it's a 3. I swear to God, it's a 3.
Are you rolling physically or on the computer?
Physically.
Start rolling on the computer.
I hope
I'm
you roll on the
changing it.
computer and it's a 3, dude.
That'd be
Okay. So
hilarious.
now for the claw. So that was the bite.
Yep.
Bites over your shoulder, winks at you as it does. Okay. Maybe this hits. Next is going to be probably not, a 12 to hit.
That does not hit.
It does not hit. Okay. Milo is just like grooving, like dodging everything here, and just unable to get hit here, it seems. And as this creature like takes in the battlefield, you can see this like look on its face, and it like turns its head to the water, almost like trying to take in the idea of like retreating. And then it just kind of like snarls and faces forward and just gets ready to go see this thing to the end. Next, Milo, you're up.
Cool. I'm gonna.
Now, can you mark it as dead?
No, it's not dead yet.
The other one.
Oh yeah,
Isn't
sorry.
there one dead?
Yeah, he's doing
Yeah,
it. He's doing it.
I'm using a different system.
Okay.
It's a 7 to hit.
A 7 hit does not hit.
That's unfortunate.
These two are just dancing.
Yeah, we're just going back and forth. We're choreographing a fight scene that is going to take place in a movie that we're writing later. It's a Scooby-Doo movie. There is a swamp monster. So I'll just swing at this thing, and I mean, fuck. There's not much I can do now. I'm like just like here tussling in combat with it, and we're just going back and forth. And I'll just finish there.
Okay. Again, you particularly, Milo, you see.
I rolled a 3, by the way.
Oh, good. We're exchanging glances.
Yeah.
You see, by the way, as you're up close with this thing, that kind of brief moment, you distinctly can see that it wants to leave, but then it just like it gets overtaken by this like fury. Theorn.
Okay.
I am going to.
Eldritch Blast.
I don't kind of Eldritch Blast.
Druid Blast.
I'm gonna lean up against this house and slowly sit down and be like, guys, I need a minute. And I'm gonna cast Goodberry again.
Wait, didn't you create multiple with the first one?
I only
Yeah.
created. Wait, it said 1.
Oh, it only creates one.
You-
It says
you
up
can
to
create
10,
up to 10.
but it only created 1.
Oh, you rolled.
Well, I don't know exactly. I thought that's how it worked. Here, let me.
Does it say roll a
You can just
d10?
create.
I don't think so.
No, it doesn't. No.
Okay, then you created however many you wanted.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ten's a
okay,
pretty
well
good
then.
number in this scenario.
Well, then I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna eat the berries. Then
I'll let you eat 2 if you want.
only 2.
Oh, fuck. I mean,
I think eating 1 is like an action or a bonus action.
What if he has
How
a handful
many
of
can I
them and he
eat?
just, like popcorn?
Yeah. How many can I eat? Like,
I'm gonna
pop
look.
them all
I'm
in my
gonna
mouth.
look into it. Okay, I'm just relating it to potions, so I'm gonna look into it. I'll
It
just.
does
just heals
heal
1
more.
hit point.
Well, it heals more if you take it as a suppository,
Mm.
and you are invisible, so nobody's
But that
gonna
takes
see.
No,
that takes
I'm not
action,
invisible.
bonus action, and all your movement. So
So only
He's not
2.
invisible anymore.
Only 2.
I'll let you eat the handful, dude. I'll let you.
No, I was wondering what you.
I think I'm gonna look into it. I've never seen Goodberry used, to be honest.
Yeah, I
So I'll look into it. But for
Oh,
now,
wait,
I think
no.
reasonably.
You can create up to 10, but you only create 2 at a time,
Oh, okay.
if I remember correctly.
We're gonna master this spell by the fucking next session. I'm gonna say you eat 4. Okay, we're gonna meet in the middle. You eat 4. All right.
8-4. Yep.
Okay. Very good.
That's my turn.
Very
Okay.
good.
Very good.
Peaches.
Okay. Who looks the worst? Or
Roll
damage?
call.
Oh, good now.
I'm all right.
I'm good.
I'm big chilling.
All right, everybody.
Everyone's fine?
Apparently.
Oh, I'm okay.
I look great.
I'm good.
I just got a little dust on me. A little bit, maybe a little bit of water splash. That's it.
Okay. Then, Eldritch Blast.
Let her rip.
Nice.
Grand finale.
It's not going to be.
That's a hit. You
That's a 6.
hit so far and wide. It again lands. You're feeding the water a lot of spells right now.
At least.
Anything else, Peaches?
No. Just gonna yell, oh, come on!
Okay. Wyatt.
I'll just take a step back and I'll be like, let me show you how it's done.
Boom, baby.
What'd you roll to hit?
I'll just
15 to
blast.
hit? 15 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay, that hits. And then how much damage? Total
6.
damage? 6. Bro, you get that fucking +2 on everything. That is insane.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you describe then. This is gonna wipe it out.
I'll just kind of lean up against the wall and just like flick with my finger this little burst of energy that grows as it travels to
Nice.
and then as it kind of keels over, I'll just wink at Peaches and throw a cheeky grin.
She somehow turns even more peach.
Okay, so this thing gets blasted, falls back, head turns over, and from the hole in its stomach and from its mouth, just this black water just pours out from it, and you see it like eerily like follows the cracks of the stone and just falls back into the water. And at this, the black water that was underneath the dock retreats back out into the open water. I'll pull you guys out of combat, and as I do, I will say that Eleander makes his way into the fray, kind of quickly surveys as he walks up.
Thanks for the help.
Well, I'm sorry I came as quickly as I could. I didn't suspect that this was going to be taking place here. But it seems like you've all handled yourselves pretty well.
Did you suspect it was going to be taking place, just not here?
No. I figured you'd be safe on one of the safest docks in the entire city.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be so safe now, does it?
No, it appears not. What happened? With details.
Milo will look to Wyatt, but not say anything. Almost like a...
Wyatt will do I catch his glance? Like, was it
Yeah.
up to me? Yeah, I'll catch his glance and just kind of like lower my head.
Okay, yeah, so like a look that's like, I'm following your lead on this, kind of like whatever you say goes.
I'll look at him and I'll just hang my head and I'll just look at the stones, the cobblestone.
Did you want a detail?
Details. As many as possible.
Well, it was myself, Peaches, I'm so sorry, Milo, Wyatt, Fayorn, and we were sitting on the docks, chewing the bark, so to speak. and we heard all of a sudden there was the creatures that popped out of the water, popped out of the dock. They immediately became hostile towards both Wyatt as well as Milo. Then Peaches decided she was going to try to attack it and hurt some of these creatures. Milo also disintegrated one of the snakes with his hammer of justice, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was a lot of running around. We were all trying to kill it with what we could. And well, now they're dead. And they are leaking ink.
As he mentions Wyatt, I'm just gonna like try to slink around the corner and just kind of try to stay out of sight from this guy. Do I know who this guy is?
Yeah, he's one of the city council.
Okay.
And he's like the head of the guard.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
Sorry, what was this man's name? Sorry.
Eleander.
I've seen it
Like-
before.
Eli Ander.
You know, Eleander. You know how we've been requesting guards down here, at night? Remember how myself and Galen have always been, coming to you guys, asking for guards, going to the guard post, asking for some sort of watch or maybe, rotation or something. This is what happens when you don't listen. We put in these requests and look what's happened. We've had to fend for ourselves. Luckily here, we're all able-bodied, people, and we were able to take care of it. No thanks to your guards.
I'm sorry, are you telling me that this is a regular occurrence that you've had to deal with?
No, but who knows what could happen down here at night. There's no one down here. No one's watching these ships. Galen isn't going to be paying me to watch these ships all night. We've asked your guards to do it.
Okay. Look, we have to deal with this now. We're going to talk about this in the chambers. I need all of you to saddle up, grab what you can. These creatures cannot stay here. Bring them with you. We're going to bring them to the chambers, and we're going to deal with this. Everybody. And he looks over at Wyatt, kind of tucked away, looks at Feyorn eating his berries.
Is Feyorn not invisible anymore?
He's
I
got out of
know.
it. It's one turn.
Okay.
It's one
It's
turn.
one turn, yeah.
It's one turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody take issue with this?
What's the point of bringing all the bodies up there? Why don't we
need
just
to-
bring one?
This is obviously an anomaly. They need to be looked at thoroughly.
It's also not to cause panic to the rest of the townsfolk.
Well, I'm not saying we leave them here. This is my dock, for God's sakes. I'm not going to leave a mess here.
Peach is gonna just walk towards one and kind of like fireman throw it over her shoulder.
All right, yeah, we'll meet you up there.
Do we know where the chambers are?
Yep.
Or
So
is that like a fucking secret thing?
no, he's talking. He's actually referring to. He's giving it like a colloquial name. He's talking about the council chambers, like where the council meets.
Town hall.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will pick up the small snake. So I'm assuming that's all I could probably carry.
Where, like,
Well, you could get the big snake if you want.
No, I'm good with the small snake. Which has made a bigger mess? All
The small snake is a fucking mess right now.
right, I will grab the small snake then.
Okay, you have to like scrape it up into like your hand.
I will. I'll go down to a knee to like go to pick this one up down here, and I'll pat Grix on the back or like kind of put my hand on his shoulder and diplomat, you seem something of a diplomat. You have a way with words. And to my knowledge, that's not always the case with
my people, us goblins.
with goblins, yes. But you are very well spoken.
Oh my god.
Hold on, sorry.
I'm playing D&D, Mom.
Does
Put the
anybody have
pizza
the
rolls in the
observant
oven.
feat?
Huh?
Yeah, the observer reading the lips.
Sorry. It's okay. Family aggro. Well, I have Galen to thank for that. He took me under his wing, so to speak, and he's brought me up, well, differently than I would have been brought up normally as a goblin in my tribe. But I assure you, I'm no diplomat. I just know how the council works. As well, I've been around here long enough to see how they operate. So it's easier just to tell them what it is. Get right to the point.
I appreciate that. I think everybody needs that. And then I will grab the green guy.
Yeah. I'm gonna just mumble, well, we need something. And
He's already carrying a snake. You don't have to grab him.
and I'm literally just gonna hold the snake in both my hands and start walking towards Elander. Thank you.
Okay. Is anybody else taking a corpse here? There's only two left: Big Snake and Fishman.
Wyatt's gonna kind of begrudgingly walk up to this big dude, and he's just gonna inspect him. Like, he's just gonna kneel down. Are there any markings on him of any kind?
Give me an investigation check.
Ooh.
I'm gonna send you a message too.
Sure.
Can I also check mine for markings based off of what I've seen from the boulders earlier?
7.
But you want to?
Matt?
I didn't get
7?
much. 7.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Take a look.
Ooh, natural 20 for investigation.
Yes.
A 22.
Okay. So in your 7, you just see that this thing is like a really twisted creature. This is even from like the fish that you've seen, which are usually kind of growing in a pretty rough environment. This creature is like, it's like muscles are twisted up. Like, it looks like it's under a lot of like strain internally almost. On the natural 20, I'm going to say that you look this thing over, you do not see that same marking. But as you kind of inspect this thing, I'll say you kind of like feel around a little bit as you're like going, like you're grabbing it, and you can feel like that it's almost like its muscles are like super tightly bound, like unnaturally so. And you look at like the expression on its face, and now that it's dead and this like kind of black water is drained from its body, the eyes look like almost like soft, like it's not this like feral creature. You know, when like a bear or a wolf gets killed, it's still kind of got that like feral ness to it. This thing does not.
Okay.
I'll get up from my kneeling position and look at what's his name again? Eleander. And kind of change the mood from serious to charming. With all due respect, sir, I'm not picking that up.
Fine, but you are coming with me. And he walks over and hauls this thing over its shoulder. Okay, move. And he walks you through the city, diligently, keeping to one side of the street. And he leads you to the council chamber. It's one of the more well-kept buildings, and certainly the most well-adorned internally. And he leads you into a part of the city hall that you have never been to before, as it is typically reserved for certain tribunals and certain, council members are really the only ones that are allowed to go there. So I'm just going to move some things around here. Okay. And we're good. So, he leads you into this chamber where already seated are some of the council members that you already know who they are. They'd be pretty well known as they're voted in for the most part. You see, of course, Eleander brings the corpses in with you guys. Manistrad Copperlocks sits to the kind of top side of the room. At the back, you can see like a bit of a differently adorned chair, and it's a little bit more kind of regal-looking seat. There is Ida Owland, a older-looking woman with a pretty simple green tunic on. Manistrad still kind of kitted up as she's pretty well always ready to be mining. This kind of red, dusty, and scruffled hair. And then there's Anders, a much younger council member, the youngest, and you would all know him as he was voted in because he's just a popular supporter of the fishermen. He's got his own fishing ships. He's got like a fleet. Really popular traditionalist. Eleander escorts you in, takes his seat, and
Or who is the top lady?
Manistrad Copperlocks.
I'm gonna go stand by her. Just kind of silently.
She's just a council member.
She is. She also leads the mining expedition.
I thought that was Ilda Owland.
No.
Or she just raided mine.
Ida is she's the lead council person.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And Peaches, as you approach Manistrad, she kind of for the first time really ever, you see that she's got almost like a really, really serious and almost like nervous look on her face. And as you approach, she just kind of she lets you get a little bit close, but then she kind of holds out a hand to stop you from coming too close.
Okay.
Have I been in this room before?
You have not.
I'm gonna just walk up and attempt to plop on the chair and just arms out and make myself comfortable, very comfortable. Kind of wiggle my butt in the chair. Just feel good.
So
Would I know which one is Galen's chair?
It would likely be the one that's empty on their side of the room.
Their sides?
Well, it's their half, they sit at the back half. That would be your estimate.
Over here.
Okay, so I've never been in this room then with him.
No.
Gotcha.
Just the way they're seated on that side of the table seems like it'd be probably a reasonable assumption.
Do they react to my
Yeah, so Anders kind of sees you do that, and he kind of gives you a questioning look, and then as you you clearly get your boisterous movements in, he just kind of smiles at you, and it's just this you just can't help but smile back, he's just got that look
I
to
was
him.
smiling when I sat down.
Yeah, and he just kind of looks over at you, and he just goes, pretty relaxed for such a interesting moment in our history.
Yeah, well, I don't know much about the salt marsh history, but busy day as any.
I'm just gonna put my hand in my face and just slowly shake my head.
So, I've been woken up for this. Seems like it's quite a night. Sorry to have to bring you all into this, but Eleander seems to think that it's important. So, what do you all have to tell us?
I'll clear my throat.
Are
Well,
they trying to blame us? Can I tell if they're trying to make us a scapegoat?
Sure, give me a insight.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's good.
Something feels off.
A 5. I would say that the nerves that you feel in this situation, you're having a really hard time reading the room, but you are getting more intimidated by the second.
So I'm gonna. Will the rest of the council be joining us, including Galen?
Oh, I'm sure he will. We've sent somebody to grab him.
Well, shouldn't we wait for the rest of the council to show up before explaining our story?
Well,
Doesn't seem like much point in repeating ourselves.
We'll fill him in. It's okay. Don't listen, guys. Just take a deep breath, relax. I mean, be a little bit more like this guy. Take it easy. We just want to know what happened. We're trying to assess the situation. We've got a couple of dead kids that we have to put into perspective.
Is this Anders talking?
Anders, yeah.
Yeah, when he mentions like be more like this guy, I'll point like a finger gun at him and go,
I will explain what happened at the docks the same way I explained it to Elander.
So kind of like leaving out some of the details there.
What details am I leaving out?
Well, I'm just like because you.
We didn't talk about the black water.
I did. I said there was ink leaking out of them.
Out
Okay.
of them, but not like creeping up to the dock.
He didn't notice it.
I didn't see it.
See it.
Fair enough.
I only included what
Oh.
I've seen. Like I didn't hear like the wet slaps hit the dock.
That's some good
So I'm
RP.
only-
All of a sudden, there was
Yeah,
just
that's nice.
That's good RP. Ethan. That's good
there
RP.
was just. You're welcome.
You know what? Taking us. I'll think about it.
I don't know because nobody else spoke up, so someone had to. So I had.
Bro,
I'm
I
only
would
gonna tell what
I'm
I know.
RPing too.
Yeah.
He just didn't see the water turn black either, or notice that the sound disappeared.
Yeah.
Fair
So,
enough.
I will while he's explaining the story and as like the council is deliberating, doing whatever, I'll lean into Ida and I will whisper to Ida about the black ink, the water going still, and like I'll just fill her in directly.
Okay. As you approach her, before you do that, she kind of turns to you and she says, Milo, I understand that we have a rapport. Now is time to be a little bit serious and take in your surroundings. Look at where you are right now. Do you have something to tell me?
About the docks, yeah.
Okay. We're with the council, in the council chambers. If you say it to me, while I appreciate that you trust me, I assure you, you can trust everybody here.
Sure. Sure. Everything that Grick said is true, but before all of this had happened, the water had... There's something going on with the water at the docks. Eerily still, there was black streaks coming from the ocean leading up to the docks just before the creatures emerged from the water.
And at this Manistrad, the top of the table kind of like slams her fist down on the table and she points at Ida and Anders. She says, that is that black water. I told you, this is why we need to switch. Those boats are at risk. And now it is here. What now? And Anders kind of like smooth as butter, just kind of like looks at her. Look, I've had hundreds, thousands of voyages across 20 ships. The Blackwater is a myth. Surely, what you saw was a trick of the light. Do you think that's a possibility?
I may interject. I didn't see the black water either. So
I mean, a trick of the light. I mean, how much light could there have been at the docks at that time? Nothing.
well, the lanterns on the boats were all lit.
Sure, but I mean, how much more tricks anybody else at the docks surely could have noticed. Peaches, Fayorn, Wyatt.
I'm sorry, I didn't see anything except all of a sudden there were fish people crawling up onto the docks.
I saw it.
I'm also not very good at seeing in the dark, though.
Yeah, I was heading out. I didn't catch nothing. Sorry, Milo.
Hey, I saw it.
No offense, Fayorn, but you know what? Never mind that. What is it that you saw?
Well, the water got really quiet, and the white caps on the waves disappeared, and yeah, it was like this black water creeping up on the docks, and all of a sudden these creatures here came up and started attacking us. We're very friendly.
And you see Manistrad kind of like kicking back, like smiling at this point. Okay. Well, if that's what you saw, we have two people who saw some shadows, rolling around in the water.
I mean, it's nighttime. How would you see a shadow?
Again, no offense, Fayorn. Nobody here thinks that you would lie. I just think maybe it was a trick of the light. It seems a little silly. The black water.
Is this Anders saying this?
Anders, yeah.
Is it are the creatures, is there still like remnants of black ink on them?
No, so what came out of them pulled off the dock. And it almost like it was like
it crawled away.
forcing
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Does he seem like he's covering up? Sorry to interrupt
Anders?
him.
Anders?
Yes.
Go ahead and give me an insight check again.
Damn.
12. I will say that kind of in combination of like the reputation that Anders has, and he's like a young dude, I will say that he's you kind of get the vibe that he's like protecting, like he's a traditionalist. Like it seems like his goal is he's protecting that. The kind of beating heart of Saltmarsh, like the ships coming in and out, and he's kind of like vouching for the water, essentially.
And so he's being dismissive, essentially.
Yeah, he's dismissing.
I mean, Anders, forgive me if this seems rude, but you asked for what happened. You asked for the details, and that's what we're giving you. Even in Grix's rundown, he mentions the ink leaving the bodies of these creatures and going back into the ocean. This wasn't... there's no tricks. Nobody's playing tricks. The stillness of the water... was there something that went into the water? A spell went into the water and it just was like absorbed by the water, you said?
Yeah, like the guiding bolt, the light,
Yeah.
as soon as it hit the water, just...
Okay.
Yeah. Generally, if I were to cast a guiding bolt, it would be seen until it disappears, which is about over 100 feet. And this disappeared as soon as it hit or touched the water, as if it absorbed it. That's not natural.
So Ida chimes in at this point. She says, okay. just think for a second here. I'm sure you've all heard rumors of what a black water out in the sea has quote unquote done to vessels. And nobody has really seen or heard of anyone who has seen results of the black water. If it's real, the likeliness that it would just stop in to our city as though it had a goal, it does seem a little strange. I'm not discounting what you're saying, but it does seem a little bit odd, don't you think?
Would we have heard of the Blackwater?
Yeah, you would hear like the rumors basically. Just like the things that you would have heard about it would just be like kind of tossed around ideas of like what it is, but that it's just kind of like one of those like Voldemort things. Like you just don't go near it.
Okay. Did you say that there were dead children?
And she kind of like looks to Milo and then like looks to Feorn. Yes, and they've been identified. We spoke to their mother. And we did learn a little bit about where they were just a few days ago. They went to the mansion just out of town. And they hadn't been seen for a few days. Their mother just assumed that they were out on some trip. But that's where they said they were going. And now this is what they look like. And she kind of like opens like two casket-sized boxes that she had like they had kind of like pushed back at the back of the chamber. She like drags them out and opens these two caskets, and inside you see these like pretty well decayed bodies. A boy and a girl, and the boy has that symbol kind of carved into his head, and the flesh is bloated and pale.
From where I'm sitting, can I get a glimpse of the marking? I don't want to get up. Like I don't want to move to the casket.
Yeah, it's like wide out in the open.
Okay, do I recognize this marking at all?
You do not.
Okay.
To everyone, it's kind of just it's a weird carving right on the forehead.
Does anyone live at that mansion?
So the mansion is another kind of thing that people would have had rumors about. A town like Saltmarsh, rumors are abound. And the most prevailing rumor is, there's a couple of them. One of them is that there was like some weird alchemist that lived up there that was trying to be able to turn things into gold. But for the most part, the biggest one that goes around is that the mansion is haunted and it's abandoned and kind of broken down. Most people try to avoid it when they make their way out of the city, out of the town.
Okay.
So, and she kind of closes the caskets up. It may be unfortunate circumstance. Eleander seems to think it a little bit fortunate that you've all been kind of dragged in tonight. However, we need to look into this quietly. We'll be taking care of the mother, keeping her safe and fed, but also out of earshot of any of the townsfolk. We are going to need you all to do the same. And given that you're already in on this, we have, I suppose, decided, without Gellen's input, that you'll have to perform a little task for us.
Shouldn't the whole council be here if you're going to vote on something?
And he should be. But given that he's not, a vote has already been taken.
So you're expecting us to go tonight? You want us to go like right now?
No. You'll go tomorrow.
Okay, so if we can go tomorrow, then why can't you wait till tomorrow to make the vote? Wait for everybody else to get here.
Well, it's 3-1 anyways.
Who said no?
And Manistrad kind of like looks over at Peaches and just says, I tried.
I know.
Milo, I'm sorry, but it really is fortunate, the timing. You've been talking about wanting to do something like this, and the circumstances couldn't be better.
So what is it that you guys are asking us to do?
We need you to look into the house.
Okay. And I'll look to Anders. And if we bring back our findings, will those two be an illusion or a trick?
Oh, I see what you're doing. Listen, I am on your side. I didn't mean any offense with what I was saying. You have to admit, if somebody told you that the Blackwater came right up into a dock and targeted people standing on the dock in the middle of the night, you have to admit that would be really weird, right?
Yeah. You know what? Apologies. It has been a weird night. Yeah, you're right. That is weird.
And look, if you find what you find, and there's some sort of evidence, maybe you get a jar of this stuff. Maybe they're making it in that house. Who knows? Bring it back, and I am open to changing my mind about this. It just, I mean, we've sent thousands of voyages into those waters for the deepest fish in the sea. And nobody has said anything. We've not lost a single man or woman or ship.
Can confirm.
Have you ever
Thank
lost
you.
a child before?
No.
Strange things happen all the time.
In particular tonight.
With all due respect, Mr. Anders, sir, completely agree with you on all the points you said thus far, but don't you find it a little odd to see these creatures running about? You ever seen something like this before?
I mean, we've seen something a little similar. Not quite like this, though.
Whereabouts?
Well, the deeper you go, the weirder the things are you see. I mean, it's just reports. Nobody's ever really brought anything back. But we've seen something similar to this.
Just a suggestion. Maybe you should cross-reference with your guys with the face of these things. It was just little idea for you.
Oh,
You
I
might
plan to.
also want to increase the guard at the dock as suggested earlier. I understand it's not something that's normally necessary, but obviously these enemies, these creatures, came out of nowhere, whether or not they're related to the Blackwater. I would suggest posting a couple extra guard.
I will, and so Eleander kind of chimes in. I will certainly be doing that. We're pulling some extra shifts tonight, and we will keep that dock occupied and all the docks all night, every night, until something gets figured out. So, to you, Grix, you'll be getting your wish. And if I'm being honest, we probably should have taken heat a little bit earlier.
Yep. Sometimes me and Greg, we know what we're talking about down there. It's almost as if we work down there every day. Speaking of which, someone's gotta explain to Galen that I will not be at the docks tomorrow. Or, yeah, like it's gonna affect how the flow goes tomorrow.
I'm sure he'll be fine. In fact, it seems like he's getting a little bit of extra sleep tonight anyways, because he should be here.
I thought you sent someone to him.
And at this, coming through the door, dressed
Oh, there he is.
to the nines.
Oh, Mr. Prime Water, baby. Yes,
Well,
sir.
that's why
I
he
will
was late. He was taking a shower and he was getting dressed.
He had to buff his head.
So in like kind of this like long, it looks almost like a mix between a bathrobe and almost like a king's robe. This like smooth white fur draping coat covering this like blue vest, and he had enough time to apparently put on like a nice couple pieces of jewelry.
When he walks in, I'd like to give him like a slight bow.
Sorry I'm late. I got a little wrapped up in the happenings. Is this all of the crew that we had recommended to us? Bit of an odd-looking bunch. Not you, though, Grix. You're looking great.
I've seen this guy before.
Yes. Well, were there any objections? Did anyone push back?
Well, are you okay with me taking the day off tomorrow to go deal with going to this mansion that the rest of these guys want me to go to with us or with my companions here?
Of course. You can take as many days as you'd like. We'll stay on top of it.
Well, you make sure my shack, if anybody needs a place to stay, well, they're more than welcome.
I wouldn't call it a shack. Come on, I treat you quite well.
Well, you're right. It's more like a medium-sized broom closet, which I'm very appreciative of, by the way. Thank you very much, Mr. Prime Water.
Anytime. So, does anyone have any questions? Or were they already asked?
We're just expected to go investigate. Should we be expecting anything?
Oh. It seems as though it's a mystery. So, expect the unexpected, boy.
Okay. How about what it is we're trying to bring back? Are we expecting to find Blackwater?
Anders kind of chimes in. He goes, probably not, but just information. Sorry, go ahead,
Yeah,
Peaches.
we're just gonna go take a look.
I think we're trying to find out what happened to the children. Maybe. Obviously, there's some sense of danger to this. Is there anything that you can offer us to guide us or assist us on our way?
Right. Provisions. Of course, we wouldn't send you empty-handed. Also, upon your safe return, so Ida kind of chiming in here, upon your safe return, with anything, any information, even if you tell us that the house is empty, and you can prove it, you will be paid handsomely.
Can we get that in writing?
Unfortunately, we need to keep this off the record books for now.
I'm holding you to it.
However, you will have access to whatever provisions we can supply you with. We don't have much that we wouldn't have to conscript from a shop. And keep in mind, we can't be doing that because that needs to go on the books. So, I'm sure Manistrad can come up with rope, crowbars, a pickaxe or two. We can provide you rations.
How long do you expect us to be gone for?
Maybe a day. If you're not back in 3 days, we will send somebody.
Can you provide any sort of medical kits, healing kits, anything like that that might help us? First aid kits, essentially. Obviously not potions, that's kind of suspicious, but even just some bandages or something.
We will come up with what we can, and I will make sure that Milo gets a package by the morning. I would like you all, though, to convene quietly outside of town. Milo will meet you with your provisions.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess it's time for us to get some shut-eye then, eh?
About damn time.
Yes, and I must reiterate, do not tell anyone what you're doing. If word gets out, we will figure out who leaked the information. And I'm serious when I say this, and she looks at you, Milo. Whoever, doesn't matter who you are, whoever leaks information on this will be exiled from the city.
I'll zip my mouth and pretend to throw Anders the key.
And he kind of instinctually just like grabs it and like looks in his hand. Because I get a pretty good feeling you guys are going to be okay. Mr. Confidence over here.
What does that mean?
Hopefully, carry that forward.
Gotcha.
And hey, look, if you make it back, from what I understand, after looking into you all in the last few minutes, I hear that you're pretty good on a ship. We might have a job for you elsewhere if this goes well.
I like how that sounds. I could use a little bit of elsewhere, if you know what I mean.
Sure. I like your style. All right. Well, and when you do come back, you're going to be meeting at my place. So head on over with whatever you've got. Try to be discreet and meet me at my home. I'll make sure to be there.
Why are we meeting at your home? Why wouldn't we meet back here?
Because
meet with the rest of the council while everyone's here present.
You see, it was kind of my idea to send you all out there, so I want to make sure that I personally take care of you after the fact. And payment can't come out of the council books. It's going to come out of me.
Understood. Well, got the right people out for the job. We'll get her done.
Does anyone know where he actually lives?
Oh, it's the big mansion up on the
Upper East Side.
west west side of town. You can't miss it. I'm sure. You know. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I'll get up off my comfy chair. Well, thank you so much for your hospitality. We'll make sure to get it all done. I'm sure we won't be back for not even a day.
I'll hold you to it. We'll see you in about, I don't know, 36 hours or so.
Sounds good to me. Let's head on out, folks. It's time to get some shut-eye.
I still don't. Something isn't sitting right with me with this. He seems to be being a bit shifty over it, and there was one comment that he made about expecting us to be fine. Is there anything behind that like he knows what's up there?
Okay. Let's give me an insight.
Sorry.
That's okay. Anybody can be doing this, by the way. If you guys feel like
I like him. I like him.
13. Okay. Peaches, the vibe you're getting from that in particular, and like there's like a little bit of shakiness. It seems to be coming from kind of like one of the last things he said, where he like claimed the idea as his own. And it seems like he's just like a little bit nervous about sending you as like his idea.
Gotcha.
So as maybe whoever is like heading towards the door or whatever you're doing, Ida stands up and she just kind of like hastily, like just kind of Milo like pushes you back a little bit, just like kind of holds you back.
Mm-hmm.
And she like stares at you in the face and just says, "Is what you're saying true?" And she kind of says it in like a hushed voice as like the kind of shuffling of the room happens.
About the Blackwater?
Yes.
I'll just nod.
Okay. She says, I just want you to understand for a moment, not that this is a time for politics. Think hard about what would happen if that information got out. Think of what changes would be made to the way things are done around here. We will speak more when you return.
Understood.
Good luck.
Is Mr. Brightwater guarding the door?
Prime water.
Prime water? Sorry.
No.
Dude, he's fucking prime. He drinks prime.
Yeah, isn't that what he's being investigated by the FDA?
Yeah. I'll just kind of like do a little bow to Mr. Primewater.
Okay. He, you know what? Give me a perception check there, Wyatt.
Seven.
Okay. He just kind of like chuckles and just kind of like nods to you and like looks around the room. He says, "Well, good luck, everyone. I'm sure this will go swell. You have Grix to lead you."
I'll be the first to open the door and just
Head out.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll thank you, Mr. Primewater, and then I will. I'll follow Wyatt out.
Where did Peaches go? Are you under a corpse here? Yeah, there you are. Okay. Peaches, Manistride kind of like stands up, and she like, again within like the shuffling of the room, everybody moving around. She kind of stands up and like comes up to you and just kind of like nods at you and comes in and like gives you a hug. And you feel her. Do you have like a backpack on or like a satchel or anything like that?
Yeah. She has a couple pouches on the side of her belt for like components and stuff.
Okay. You feel her like kind of blatantly, and like she's not very slick, so her big kind of clumsy hands. You feel her like kind of like grab you in a hug, and then her hand reaches down to your one of those pouches, and you feel her like open it, and then just like rustle around and like close it, and then she, you know, first time ever you've seen her just kind of like look at you a little bit sad, and then, you know, the water starts coming into her eyes, and she like blinks off. She goes, you'll be okay.
It's not quite the adventure I expected, but you raised me right. I assume I'll do you proud.
Just don't end up like those kids, okay?
I'll make sure of it. I'll keep these boys safe.
Good. Okay. Bayorn, Milo, what are you guys doing? You heading out?
Before I go, I'm going to pull out what looks like green stems, and I'm gonna hold them in my hand, and almost instantaneously they're gonna turn into roses
Okay.
after I cast a spell.
Okay.
And no, it's not a spell, but it's a more of a feature.
Okay.
Druidic. Wait, that's the wrong one.
Okay.
That's Druidcraft.
Okay, gotcha.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Anyways, and I'm gonna turn them into roses, and I'm gonna place one in each casket.
Okay. Okay.
Now
Yeah.
Peaches has water coming to her eyes.
Okay, I'm handing out a little bit of inspiration.
Wait, why is that inspiration? Shouldn't be inspiration.
No, I'm there's a couple spots it's gonna go by the end of the session. All right, that's a nice one. Okay. Okay, so if you guys are all heading out, I will say that they close the door behind you, and you hear kind of like just voices, you know, kind of erupting. The first voice you hear is actually Manistrad. As the door is closing, she just goes, "And where the fuck were you?" And then the door closes, and you guys find yourselves out in the main hallway. Now, this is kind of going to be the last moment that you have where you're kind of together, about to head off to your own homes. So if there's any conversations that you want to have, now is the time before the end of the session.
Well, guys, make sure we all get some good sleep. We are get some good rest in. Be prepared for, I guess, just about anything, because it doesn't seem like they know what's going on over there. We have no idea what we're rocking into, so let's just give it our best shot, I guess.
Milo, was it, right? Milo?
Yeah.
Where'd you say we were meeting tomorrow morning?
I don't know. They asked us to stay outside of town. I'm holed up by the Mariners Guild, and I believe that's where Ida will give me the care package to bring to you guys, I'm assuming. So we can meet outside the city gates in the morning.
I'll put my hand on Milo's shoulder. Come on. Gotta be a little bit more discreet than that.
I mean, yeah.
Where is the mansion that we're supposed to be investigating?
So I'll tell you that you guys all know the answer to this question. It's like this rumored, like, it's kind of like you would hear it even when you were kids almost. So it is way up towards the east. Way up towards the east. It's about a mile, like between a mile to 2 miles out of town.
Oh, so it's not numbered on the map.
No, it's out of town. Yeah.
Damn.
Gotcha.
As Wyatt says it, I'll look around to see if anybody's watching us outside the council hall. Yeah. I guess I can just head up that way if you guys want to group up and just catch me when you see me, I guess.
Is there a road that leads to the mansion, or like a path or something? Maybe like an overgrown one.
Yeah, so it's actually the main path out, and it's a little bit off the main road.
Oh, so there's a fork on it, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, so why don't we can just meet at that fork? Yeah, we can just meet at the fork. We're it's a little outside of town. We shouldn't be running into anybody. Shouldn't have any more issues. So I think that might be the best spot. What don't you think, Milo?
Yeah, yeah. Wyatt, are you okay with this?
With what? Sorry.
Coming as part of the group to the mansion. You seem pretty quick to kind of scram away from the docks earlier. I just want to make sure, are you comfortable with?
Yeah. I could use a day off. To be quite honest. A day away from the sea is a good day as any.
Okay.
Have you ever seen anything like the Black Water while you were out on your ships?
Oh, never. That's. I think I'm gonna have to agree with why. That's just a silly little rumor.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. Work on the docks, it's all just hearsay.
If it's okay.
I mean, I've only been here for about 6 months. In my time on the water, blue as the sky.
Alrighty. I trust your judgment then.
You're quick to trust.
Oh yes. Can I look in my pouch and see what she gave me?
For sure. So before you even open it, you kind of feel down, and you can feel there's some sort of bottle in your pocket.
Nice.
Gotcha. I'll inspect it once I get back to my house. I won't look specifically right now.
Sure.
Just for a little bit of secrecy.
Okay. Okay. So is that it for everybody?
I think
Alrighty.
so.
What time? Dawn?
Shortly after sunup.
Okay. Alrighty. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Have yourself a good night there, Peaches.
You too. Sleep well.
Okay. And as you head off to your separate homes, some of you in buildings on the street, some of you in warehouses, some of you in the forest.
I'm near the forest.
You all kind of go back, and on your solo walks home, you get that, like, you just kind of feel in the back of your mind, like, the fear and the anxiety of going into this clearly, like, dark place that you have to go. It's, like, overpowered by this, like, you just get that, like, that deep itch is getting scratched for adventuring into the unknown. And you all go to bed with excited anticipation and a little bit of fear. And when we come back, so if you want, so we're going to end the session there. And if you guys want, if you wanted to do something like before you go to sleep, you guys can just text me anytime throughout the week and tell me like things you wanted to do, or we could do it at the beginning of next session too. So take a think on that, and we'll come back next week.
What's the bottle?
What's that?
What's the bottle?
The bottle that you find, you kind of reach down and you hope that it's a health potion. Manistrad doesn't have anything like that. But what she does have is, you only know it as